Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of the Sparkling Tuna Cup number 61, your weekly dose of Tuna Cup action. I'm of course your host VIP. Welcome everyone to the CranKy Ducklings. This is an event hosted by us and funded by the community here, as this is a weekly open tournament. Every single week we host this event. We bring together players from Europe, players from South Korea, players from even Latino America. From time to time, they all come together. They all fight over becoming the next Tuna. It's beautiful. Let's go. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is live. The bracket is stacked. Likewise, Patreon as well if you want to help support the tournament. It is funded by the community for the community, papi. It's all done via Patreon. And we are jumping into our first series, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Golden Aura. We have our South Korean Protoss player, the Teal Protoss, representing himself, currently teamless. It is Luna C. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Ukrainian Protoss player, the Yellow Protoss, representing Team Hyper 1. It is Michnek. Here we go. As we settle into this, a bit of a disclaimer, I am very, very concerned about the stream. Again, for whatever reason, over the past almost a week, it's almost been a week here, my stream has been very unstable. I've been dropping day after day after day. Every single day without fail, the internet has been going down. And I was streaming earlier on my own personal stream. The internet went down then as well. And I'm hoping the internet can stay stable here today. I mean, today it's a Sunday. Tomorrow I'm going to be calling up my ISP and hopefully something can be done about it. I'm doubtful. I'm quite doubtful, but hopefully, you know, if there's ever an issue, hopefully the issue can be resolved and we can get back into the swing of things and back into more regular streaming. At the moment, even the last broadcast that we had was cut short because the internet went down. So, yeah, we'll see. We will see. If the internet goes down, I'll collect replays and we might do a replay stream later on another day. We'll try to come up with some kind of solution here, but yeah, fingers crossed that everything's okay, that everything can stay okay. But yeah, my mood is a little bit sour because of that. It's not gonna lie, it is quite sour. I was like trying to troubleshoot like what could be the issue, and I mean it could be anything, right? It could be on the ISP side, it could be like, I don't know, like a faulty Ethernet cable, or like maybe the router or something's wrong with that as well. It could be a hardware issue, I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's like a long list of what it could be. So yeah, I'll call up the ISP tomorrow and try to figure things out. Fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. But now, we're going to be settling into our PvP. It's going to be a 2-gate opener out of Lunacy. Likewise, 2-gate opener out of Michnek as well. We haven't really been live too often this week as well in the CranKy Ducklings. Again, we've just had less to cast, especially because, I mean, we're in a bit of a lull period of StarCraft. Just before EWC, a lot of tournaments have kind of come to an end, and we're just waiting for EWC to come around before we can get back into the next season of StarCraft. So EWC is going to be, I believe, next week in a couple of days. Until then, though, we're still at least hosting this on a weekly basis at episode. Do shade into the main! Oh. Shade into the main base. We get 2 pro kills so far. We almost get a 3rd. Oh, not quite. As the Adepts are gonna try to shade out of there. It looks like one of them will barely shade out. But so far we're settling in. Both players are expanding. We do see our tech of choice as well. Lunacy working towards Blink. Meanwhile, Michnek working towards a robo-based opener instead. A little bit safer here. I mean, you can kind of make use of the robo in a couple of different ways. We can use this for early immortal production. We can go for a war prism to harass across the map and to get some adepts into the main. There are different ways to approach this. We'll keep an eye on Michnek. Meanwhile, Lunacy just going to be embracing Blink. Blink is on the way. Again, Lunacy has been a much more active player as of late. Did have a deep run in last week's Sparkling Tuna Cup as well. Good luck tomorrow, lad. On hold with Telstra customer service for 11 hours. Yeah, I've been there. That's happened to me before. Smooch. Keep you in our thoughts and prayers. Well, thank you, SBO. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good luck. Again, like my mood is a little bit. I'm smoging. I'm smoging, but hopefully it picks up. Yeah. for now. Gonna be dipping in towards the natural. And again, we're just poking and prodding, no real means to commit here. Nice force fields. We try to lock down one of the stalkers. We do get one. That was 3 force fields though, and we have the answer to the question of the robo. It is for immortal production. We're moving out across the map very early on. Again, force fields are so powerful this early in the game because Blink is still not done. Despite that, we almost get a stalker. Once again, a wasted force field here out of Michnek. As we're moving out across the map, Lunacy is going for a bit of a backstab. At the same time, Michnek is expanding. Back at home, Lunacy is getting ready. Shield batteries on the way. We have our own force fields. We have a handful of Blink Stalkers. Not the most amount of DPS here to defend for Lunacy, but we'll see if it's going to be enough. It's going to come down to the force fields. Up! Speaking of, one sentry got ticked off. Nice move out here from Michnek. Gets a sentry, gets another. Boys are being pulled. They have to be. Did you focus on one of the Stalkers? There's 2 Stalkers left. Another warp in, Lunacy turning back around. He's going to get a full surround here, but he's losing a lot of probes. Yeah, overcharges swapped. We do focus on the Immortal just in time. We lose 5 workers at the natural. Michnek takes a worker lead, and he's up a base. Third base is almost done at this point. Michnek, he does have that economic advantage. The downside is the Blink Stalkers. We have a good amount of, a healthy amount of Blink Stalkers here for Lunacy. Moving out across the map. We are going to be moving out. And we'll see what we can get done. We'll see if we can break through. I mean, the Immortal is going to be able to hold its own, and we don't quite get the shot off. The Immortal is still able to be in position. We have a second Immortal on the way. As the Immortal count grows higher, the chances of actually breaking this position becomes lower and lower. So Lunacy is poking in, but he cannot commit, not into this many Immortals. And the pressure is now on Lunacy. And what is the answer? 2 more gates. We throw down 2 more gates. That's going to be a 5 gateway setup here on 2 bases. No third. Still no expansion, no third base. It looks like Lunacy is going for a 2 base all-in. 2 bases, Pappy. Let's go. Getting into our own Immortals. At the same time, we blink into the main. Getting some damage. Catching a couple of transferring workers at the same time. Yeah, depth here at the third. They'll fight a position. Just trying to pick off whatever units we can. And here comes that War Prism. Yeah, it is going to be the 2 base all in. I'm going to say that. Looks like Lunacy is going to be expanding behind this, but it's going to be a very late expansion. This move out needs to get damage done. Now looking at the army tab. Again, Michnek has the Immortal advantage, has the Immortal lead. But if we can somehow pick off one of these Immortals, oh, not quite. But if we can try to pick them apart and try to catch them isolated, that's going to be the ideal for Lunacy. Likewise, one of the Immortals is in the main, and the other 2 are here at the third, so they're not all together. We're going for the main. Let's go. Yeah, this does make sense. Again, Michnek, he's spread thin. And this Immortal is so valuable, and we're going right for it. Yeah, the Immortal's going to go down. The Stalkers, they dive into the main as well. And from here, we can go for the production. We can go for the Electricity Pylon. We do actually recall back into the main. Oh, wait. No, never mind. That was reinforcements. Reinforcements back in the main base. Nice force field, speaking of even more Stalkers. We do force field the ramp as well. So far, so good. Lunacy, he's just cutting Michnek off from his own main, diving on that final Immortal. The Immortal goes down. There's 2 more left, but they cannot fight. Oh, but they're breaking in. They're slowly breaking into the main base. And Lunacy has to recall the hell out of here. He does at least save 1 Immortal. Ooh, he lost 1. That was a pretty big loss there for Lunacy. And this is not enough damage. Like, this had to kill. This had to take control of the main base, take control of the ramp, and win the fight. And it has not been enough damage. Michnek is recovering. We see Lunacy a little bit desperate, rallying across the map. Back at home, just now getting his 3rd base. Michnek is up almost 20 workers. They have a nice lead. Be a nice lead here. Meanwhile, the Immortal will hold its own. Michnek, he's holding. He's defending. He's collapsing on top of the Stalkers. And soon it's going to be Michnek's turn, not to defend, but to attack. You know, we're fully saturated on 3 bases. We have a decent army here with Charge-Outs, with 3 Immortals, with an Archon as well. We can move out, and Lunacy does not have much to defend. There's just not much here. We have one Immortal, we have a handful of Stalkers, sure we have Blink, we're about to have Glaives. But Lunacy was all in earlier and did not do enough damage. And now here comes Michnek. Also, I just realized that I didn't do predictions. Round of 16. So I do apologize, I was a little bit enthralled by my story. But here we go, Charge will take dive into the third base at the same time. We get a warp it into the main, but we have a cannon. We have a cannon, we have some reinforcements. Third base goes down, but what about the main? As we're going for another... Oh, never mind, I was going to say another warp in. That's a defensive warp in. Yeah, Michnek, he will defend. And now he's going for the kill. Now, it's not going to be easy to push into 2 shield batteries and an overcharge, so it's not going to be the cleanest of engagements, but we even have a disruptor coming out as well. And that's 13 probes. 13 probes do go down. Okay, that was actually a pretty good amount of... I'm sorry, I say 13. It was 13 workers of Lunacy going down and around 15 probes of Michnek. Does take a lot of economic damage. We catch the Prism. Prism goes down. Lunacy, he has potential. Coming into the mid-game, or coming into the rest of this game, these Disruptors have the ability to try to fight back, and even if we're down in supply, we can bounce back. The problem is the economy. That's my biggest concern here, is that, sure, Lunacy, he can punch up and he can take these fights even if he's down in supply. In saying that, though, Michnek has the economy to sustain those losses, and that's a lot of charge lots. Like, his army is massive. We're going for a massive adept counterattack at the same time. Lunacy going for a bit of a base trade in a sense. Third base is cancelled. At the same time, Adept say shade in. They shade into the main, sorry, into the natural. Overcharge is popped. So far, so good. We're buying time. Reinforcements on the way. The Nova! Ooh, massive connection. We have one more Nova left. It's going to go off, and once again, ooh, we do connect with Zealots with Sentries this time as well. Is it enough, though? We have the overcharge. The army is breaking through into the natural waste. We focus down those shield batteries. Colossus has arrived. The Colossus can help against the Zealots, but we just go straight for the base. Yeah, the Nexus does fall. And GG gets called. It just becomes too much damage, and Michnek takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Michnek does take the first game. Congratulations. Honestly, coming in as the underdog, I would definitely favor Lunacy coming into this. I would favor Lunacy, but alas, Michnek, he does bounce back. He was able to weather the storm, able to defend, able to absorb the blows of Lunacy, and then snowball out of control. Impressive. Very impressive stuff. GG, well played. Now we're settling into our next game. Oh, it's a bit weird. Yeah, for some reason Stream Elements is not working. Okay, hopefully that fixes it up. Fingers crossed. Here we go. We're getting into that second game. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of our Kyoto, we have the South Korean Protoss player. I would say the favorites in this series, but down currently. He has to fight back here and now to tie it up and to force the ace match. It is Lunacy. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the yellow Protoss player from the land of Ukraine, representing Team Hyper 1. One game away from making it into the quarterfinals. It is Michnek. Here we go. Alright, gonna be settling in. And once again, it's going to be 2-gate opener. So 2-gate opener here out of Michnek, likewise 2-gate opener out of Lunacy. Looks like we are planning to hide our probes. I should say hide our pylons as the probes are moving out. And the goal here should be to try to throw down a pylon outside of the main base. We'll see if that's the case as Lunacy sends out 2 probes. Oh, this is not a fake proxy. This is a real one. Okay, 2 probes get sent out. We're mining through the middle patches and we are headed over towards the right hand side to throw down a proxy Stargate. Now, this was very trendy when the map pool first came out. Then it kind of fell out of favor because it was too common and too obvious as well. It's very easy to scout. I should say very easy to recognize what's going on. As the probe does come in for a scout and will actually get eyes on the second pylon. Okay, this is going to be the 3rd pylon instead. Ooh, a very hidden build here by Lunacy. And the probe does make it out. Everything looks normal. Everything looks safe. And there's that pylon. Okay. Interesting. Meanwhile, across the map, Michnek getting scouted. Lunacy does confirm the setup. Does confirm both pylons. And it's going to be a Stargate opener out of Michnek. Meanwhile, proxy Stargate from Lunacy. Now, because this is a 3rd pylon, not the 2nd pylon, this Stargate is actually a little bit later than usual. That's why it's at the same time as the Stargate opener of his opponent. So this is going to hit a little bit less hard. It's going to take a little bit longer to really get going. But it has a lot of potential for damage. We do see Michnek is attempting to expand. Meanwhile, Lunacy, we'll see if he... I mean, he should be going for an expansion as well. Proxy Stargate is not an all-in. It's a way to get economic damage and then catch back up. And take a lead in that economy. Stalker's not quite in position. Adept does shade in. Does drag a Stalker into the main. We get 1 probe kill so far. Can we get 2? Oh, we barely can. 2 probes go down. Oracle is being chronoed as we speak. And we are making our way towards that main. Here we go. Oracle heads towards the main base. At the same time, across the map, Lunacy is expanding. And there's nothing in position. There's nothing in the main to defend. Probes are going to go down. Oof. At the same time, Michnek, he does commit across the map, and that means he's going to lose a lot of workers back at home. So many workers. Not the best target firing here out of Lunacy. But he gets 10 probe kills at the same time. We need to deny the expansion. Michnek, he does move out. Does lay siege upon the Nexus, but we can tank some shots, and here come reinforcements. Yeah, Lunacy is going to be able to hold on. He has a Stalker count. Ooh, yeah, will out-trade Michnek. And just like that, Lunacy has a massive lead. He's ahead in workers. He's getting his own natural. He shuts down the aggression at the same time. Oh my god! At the same time, we get the Oracle into the main base and we stasis every single probe. And suddenly, I mean, Lunacy is ahead in workers, true, but... we have almost no economy here whatsoever. You can see the economy just shoot in favor of Michnek. At least until now, until everything gets back up and running. Still a very tense game state. I still want to give the edge to Lunacy, but that was a massive moment here for Michnek. And he's still not done. Oh no. Second stasis into the main. This time we're paying attention. This time we only get 1 probe. So Lunacy will defend. Lunacy will manage to defend. And from here, we're going to be settling down. We do see Lunacy actually going for a proxy Dark Shrine. Okay. Interesting. So both players. We see a Dark Shrine out of Michnek. Meanwhile, Dark Shrine out of Lunacy. Bit of a Spider-Man meme between our two players. Was Michnek. He does scout the Twilight Council, but he sees that it's not researching. That is a little bit suspect. That is not of the norms, so I'm curious if he will piece it all together. Lunacy is going for a robo follow-up, so he will have detection available eventually. But is it going to be in time? There's that proxy pylon from Michnek. Oracles, of course, they can use Revelations as well. I feel like Lunacy should be able to defend against this. He's going to have a Revelation. He's going to have an Observer as well. Ooh, and the Phoenix will shut down the Oracle of Michnek. Aye, aye, aye. And here they come. DTs from both players. And Michnek has nothing. He has nothing. This may just end the game. DTs have potential for Michnek across the map, but again, we have the Revelation. We get both. We get both DTs. And at the same time, we're waddling into the main. We're waddling into the natural. We clean up the DTs of Michnek and the DTs of Lunacy. They're wreaking havoc, and there is no answer. There is no response. We're all in. We're all in with 4 Stalkers. Oh no, it's not going to work out well as every single probe is going down. GG gets called, and Lunacy ties up the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Ooh, GG. We are going all the way to game 3. Ooh, and we'll see how this story ends. Again, it was a very chaotic game number 2 here. We weren't able to really embrace a longer game, but well done nonetheless here by Lunacy to catch Michnek off guard. I mean, honestly, he was already ahead. He already had a worker lead, so the DTs were just the nail in the coffin, but weren't necessary. Even in a standard game, like, he already had the Revelation, he already had detection. He was able to shut down the aggression of Michnek and would have maintained a lead from there anyway. So, regardless, GG. GG, well played. Congratulations. Lunacy does tie up the series, and now we're headed to the ace match. Go. Here we go. We are settling in. Go. Okay, it looks like our ace match is going to be on Oceanborn. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted. Looks like we have some other updates on the brackets, and a lot of series are wrapping up. A lot of series are coming to an end, actually. The tournament's progressing quite quickly. Quite quickly. Oh my god. We'll embrace it once we wrap up this series. We'll go over the bracket, we'll go over the results, go over what has been going on elsewhere. But now, we're jumping in. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our South Korean teal player, the Teal Protoss, representing himself, currently teamless, but he's crazy, he's an animal, he's a maniac, he is Lunacy. He's Lunacy back. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Ukrainian Protoss player, the yellow Protoss. He took a loss there in that last game, but he's looking to bring it back and looking to close it out. Representing Team Hyper 1, it is Michnek. Let's go. The PvP does continue. And we do have a setup here in our main bases, so it looks like 2 gate openers, but we'll keep an eye on the probes, and we'll see if either player does decide to spice things up once again. Where are you taking us, Pappy? Where are you taking us? So probe is moving out across the map. Probe is being sent down, so we do have our 2 gate set up here by both players. 2 gate openers, and it looks like we're just moving out to scouts. Oh, moving out past the Tuna, just to scout across the map, just to figure out what the hell's going on, and getting a read of our opponent. There's the second pylon. Looks like Lunacy's gonna be hiding a second pylon further back in his main, just to try to force an overreaction. Meanwhile, Michnek, his second pylon was spotted, was scouted, and was confirmed. I do like this fake out of Lunacy, especially after game number 2, where he did proxy and did commit to some cheese.
Your probes are under attack.
Can get into his head a little bit here as Michnek, oh, he's got TV. Michnek, he's got the Total Biscuit announcer. I said this last time that I was casting Michnek. Not many other... I think Michnek is the only pro player that I've seen use Total Biscuit. Like, it's not really used often. I think the most common one is Diva. We have a lot of Diva enjoyers out there. A lot of Diva enjoyers. Aye. The uwu is real. So both players will expand. Again, no kind of real intentions to go for any kind of proxy play. We're just calming things down and settling in back at home. Here we go. Gonna be able to knock down these rocks. Settling into our 2-base setup. And it is going to be interesting. A robot opener from both players. Both players are going to be opening up robot as their take of choice. Now with a robot opener, we spoke about this before, we can lead into early Immortal production. We saw that Michnek was able to make use of this quite well in game number 1, where Lunacy was in his face and Michnek, he just built up a critical mass of Immortals and moved out across the map. This time, it is going to be Prism Harass instead. Okay, so we have a War Prism on the way from both Michnek and from Lunacy, and the way this works here is that Adepts, they can wreak havoc here in this matchup. They can do so much damage across the map, but a Prism is a way to kind of bypass the wall. You can see our players here, they're ready to wall off. At least one of our players is. Michnek, he's ready to wall off here at the main in case Adepts come in to harass, and the Prism is a way to bypass that. Meanwhile, I assumed it was going to be for harassment. It is for Michnek, he's moving out with Adepts. Meanwhile, Lunacy moving out with his main army. Yeah, the Adepts are spotted. Meanwhile, we're going for a sentry drop into the main. This I was not quite expecting. Like, Michnek, this army is designed to kill probes. Lunacy, this army, I'm not so sure. I mean, sentries do bonus damage nowadays to shield-based units, so they do quite a bit of damage. Oh my god, they locked down the probes. There's no way out. oh my god. We're actually getting quite a lot of probe kills here. We get 5 probes in the main. And it's going to be worth it if we can keep everything alive. Oof, I say that one sentry does go down. At the same time, Adepts, they get into the main, and ooh, we are getting damaged so much faster. We got 6 probe kills across the map, 7 probe kills. The sentry drop was cute, but the Adept drop from Michnek was more effective. As we get extra probe kills, we do lose all the Adepts. At least the War Prism did survive. Yeah, War Prism did survive. 3 sentries got away. I would say maybe a slightly better trade for Lunacy. Lunacy may not have killed as many workers, but he only lost 1 sentry, so he's able to preserve his army, preserve his units, and build up energy for a follow-up push. Glaives are on the way. It looks like a 2-base all-in. Yeah, 2-base all-in out of Lunacy. We're going for a massive gateway explosion. Getting up to 6 gates. We're not done. 7 gates. Give us 8. 8 gateways, papi. And Michnek, he's in the dark. He is in the dark here. There we go. Ooh, extra pylons on the way. Our 7-gate setup is amassing. Lunacy being a little bit cheeky, trying to catch out the War Prism. But this is also denying the scouts. It's making sure that Michnek is in the dark. And back at home, I'm concerned if Michnek expands. But no, he's going for... Oh, let's go! 2-base all in! Okay. We have 6 gateways here from Michnek against the 7 gates of Lunacy. Let's go. Immortal Glaive Adepts from both players. Now, coming into this, who's going to have the stronger army here? That's the question. I mean, both players are quite comparable in their army sizes. They have comparable economies as well. Michnek with the slightly higher worker count, slightly. That could be a factor, but here we go. Lunacy is moving out. Michnek back at home. He does miss the move out. He's unaware. which means he's not going to be as attentive. Oh, he's moving out himself. This is dangerous. If Michnek moves out and if Lunacy is the first to strike, then Michnek is going to be at a big disadvantage. Yeah, the armies are missing each other. Lunacy sees! He spots the army. He's committing. Yeah, he's committing. Lunacy will be the first to engage and first to start the base trade. And Michnek, he's just one step behind. Ay, ay, ay. We're shading into the main. We're depowering all the gateways. And just making sure there are no reinforcements. And you can see here that Michnek is just late to the party. Probes, they evacuate. One probe gets it. Two probes get out. Two workers do escape. Meanwhile, Michnek, do we escape with any workers? We do not. Ooh, and that could just be game. That could be game as Lunacy, he barely got away and he can't afford a Nexus. So Michnek may just die from elimination. Yeah, it may just end here and now. If we had a probe out on the map, then Michnek, he can afford quite a lot. Yeah, he has to recall. That's his only answer. His only choice. He does recall back home. Oh, decent force. Oh, the force fields! We don't get the Immortals, though. Ah, that was close. The Immortals will escape. Lunacy does back off. It's going to be one base versus one base. Uh-oh. Michnek, he has to be very careful with this army. He has a lot of forces out on the map. He is racing back. He's spotted by Lunacy. Lunacy does see him. Ooh. And Michnek will lose the Observer and will lose these Adepts. Ah, massive pickup. Yeah, Sentries and Adepts, they get caught out. Lunacy already had an army lead, now even larger. Now, when it comes to the overall... Oh! According to the army, we catch an Immortal, not bad. Look at the army sizes. Michnek has a higher Immortal count, and that may be a more important factor. Meanwhile, Lunacy has a higher Adept count. So we have more Adepts, which is a more of a buffer zone. But Michnek has more has more firepower here. More quality in his army. Ooh, as Adepts get into the main base. Oh, the probes go down! Oh, we get every single probe kill. Ay, 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 the economy is in shambles. And pushing up a ramp into a concave is not going to work out well. Yeah, Michnek, he's going to lose everything trying to force his way up. It's not going to happen. He bleeds out a lot of supply there. And again, back at home, there's no recall. He lost everything. He lost every single probe. He's down to 3 workers left. And Lunacy has a natural, has a ninja base. Lunacy has an economy. And Lunacy is not supply blocked. He can keep warping in. Can it keep producing as we're down to 1 probe? Ooh, 0 probes left. 0 workers remaining for Michnek. He has to start from scratch. Start from nothing. And Lunacy, he's in a really nice position. He's here on top of the ramp. He's warping in. His economy is thriving, at least compared to Michnek. And you can see that Lunacy is looking for a ninja base. He's making sure that there's no other expansion out there for Michnek. Making sure there's nothing else here. Michnek moving out. Now, the one chance that Michnek has is if Lunacy makes a mistake. I'm referring to something like this. This War Prism, for example. If the Prism dies, then... Michnek, he will have another big advantage. As I say that, his Prism is under fire. Oof. Takes a lot of hits. Takes a lot of damage. Michnek getting into Disruptor production. Interesting. I mean, that is going to be a way to catch up. It's a way to, yeah, take a fight even if you're down in supply. I can see a world. I can see a world where this army bunches up, a Nova goes off, and we take down like 5 sentries. Like 5 sentries and 2 Adepts. It could happen. Could happen. So it's a bit of a Hail Mary play here from Michnek. Oof. The armies will engage. Nova, we have to hold on to it, so the army is spotted. The Adepts, they don't commit to the shade. But now Lunacy knows. Now the surprise factor isn't there anymore. Prism has to recall back. But yeah, these disruptors, they had to catch Lunacy off guard. Now he knows, and now he's going to be pre-splitting his army. Now he's going to be more attentive when it comes to just spreading out in general. Michnek, he kind of misses opportunity. And now we're shading back in. As Michnek moves out, Lunacy, he does hit the main base once again. And it's all or nothing. It's all or nothing here for Michnek. Moving out across the map. Lunacy has his own disruptor now. Oh, boy. Oh, he wants to be cheeky. Oh! Never goes off! He's not looking! Ooh, massive connection! Yeah, massive detonation on Michnek. And now he barely has a standing army. Nova goes off. Takes down one sentry. Nice split. Yeah, Michnek is being pulled apart. He still has 4 immortals, but on their own, they don't really pose a threat. They can't do much by themselves. Not like this. Adepts, collapse on the main army. Nova goes off. Oof. Not a bad connection. Takes down the Adepts. Lunacy moving out. Once again shading into the mineral line. And Lunacy will soon have Blink. He'll have Blink with his main army. Which means he can avoid Novas, he can go for dives. Speaking of, get an immortal Prism. They're getting a lot of damage done across the map, and now we can just commit. And we dive on top of the Disruptor, we get a surround of the Immortals, GG gets called, and Lunacy will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. GG, well played. Lunacy will take the series. Congratulations. My condolences to Michnek. My condolences here. As Lunacy Lunacy will take it, will advance on. My heart goes out to Michnek. He played well, did play well here, and even in the middle of the base trade as well, like, he wasn't in the worst position. I mean, sure, he missed out on the ninja base, he missed out on the probes that barely did escape, and he, you know, wasn't able to commit to the base trade. But it was a close game, it was a close series. GG, well played. And with that, we can take a moment to have a look at the brackets. Let's try to figure out what the hell has been going on. What has been going on? Something's wrong with a lot of my scenes, actually. I have to refresh everything. Odd. Can I... There we go. Jesus. But we do have some updates coming in. Okay, from the top. Let's quickly go over this. We have Replicant, oh, takes down Rebellion 2-0. That's a big win. That's actually a big result coming in. So congratulations to Replicant. I believe a player from Kazakhstan, bringing down Rebellion 2-0. Rebellion, of course, a Korean Protoss. Not an easy opponent. Not an easy opponent whatsoever. Scrolling down, we have Middle VK takes down Captain Fish 2-0. We have Honmono taking down Hacker is top 2-0 as well. So we have Honmono versus Middle VK. We have Geralt versus Replicant in the upper quarterfinals. Scrolling down, Nickrak takes down Demaccio or Leonardo. Leonardo 2-0. And we'll advance on into the next round. And we have Oriana taking down Rostock 2-0 as well. Unfortunately, something came up and Oriana did forfeit. I would have loved to have seen that TVT. Nickrak versus Oriana had a lot of potential in a series or as a matchup. Alas, Oriana does tap out. Nickrak is already in the semifinals and he is waiting for the winner of Eba and Luna C. Oh boy. Just messaging Luna C. Here we go. So we have our next matchup is going to be Eba versus Lunacy. This could be a PvP or a PvZ. Let's find out what's going on. Let's slip into some DMs. Are we Polish today or tomato? Okay. Here we go. So we have our next series. It's going to be Eba versus Lunacy up next on the channel. And for those who are maybe unaware, Eba is a bit of a race picker. He was main race Zerg for a long time, but he does despise ZVP, so whenever he's up against a Protoss player, he does often play Protoss instead in a PvP matchup. So Eba has options. Eba has options here. To play Protoss or to play Zerg. Yet to be determined. I just asked Eba, I was like, Papi, what are we playing? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I haven't decided yet. So we'll soon find out. How did Yaku go the other night? He had a nice performance. He was playing in SDO, Sea Duckling Open. Made it to the quarterfinals, I believe. And then Yaku, he jumped on to cast. He casted the semis and the finals afterwards. He jumped on to cast. But yeah, Yaku doesn't have enough. He doesn't have a lot of time to play anymore like he used to. But you know, he likes to compete whenever he can. Does like to compete. As vetoes are underway, and we'll see where we end up. We shall see. Our players just need a little bit of time to set up and to get things going. But we do have everything lined up for us. We're going to be covering the lower quarterfinals into the lower semifinals. So Eba versus Lunacy into Nickrat, and then we'll cover the upper semifinals thereafter. Both semis will be casted here on the channel. We will be covering both semifinals, so don't you worry. Plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft coming ahead of us. I'm still feeling really anxious, and I'm crossing my fingers to make sure that our internet stays stable and stays connected. I'm very anxious about that. Very, very concerned. But hopefully it's okay. Hopefully it's okay. I've already decided, like after this cast, after this tournament, because I've been smoging all day today. I'm gonna order some Maccas. I'm gonna order some Maccas. I need some comfort food, Papi. Or maybe something, I don't know. If you have a suggestion in the chat. What is your comfort food? If you're a little bit sad, what's your go-to to make you feel better? That's bad for you, obviously, as well. It has to be bad for you. It has to kill you. We have he's Zerg. Let's go. Eba, he has picked his race and he is going for Zerg. Okay, it's gonna be a ZVP, not a PvP for the first time in a long time. Eba is embracing what he was born as, what he did, you know, did spend his life kind of committed to, and now he's coming out as Zerg. At least for today. He might go back to Protoss after. It's possible. He might leave us again and go to Protoss. I barely cast any Zergs nowadays. I miss them. And here we go. In the bottom right hand corner, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the teal Protoss. It is Lunacy. And spawning in the top left hand corner, off racing. His main race as of late has been Protoss, but now he's Zerg, the red player from the UK, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Eba. Let's go. He came back. Came back to Zerg, and I'm sure he's getting primed to smudge and go back to Protoss. Much love to Eba. Much love. We'll see how he does approach this. As for now, going for a Hatchgas pool standard opener out of Eba. Meanwhile, Lunacy likewise going for a gate expand into Cybercore, standard openers. I have to like calibrate a little bit. The last cast that I had was on Saturday, and I was casting the SC Evo mod, and I was casting a lot of like Brood War versus StarCraft 2, and it's a very different dynamic. It's a very different dynamic, with a lot more different like aggression and obviously like play styles, and yeah. I mean, it was refreshing. It was definitely refreshing to cast it and to cover it, and I'm going to be covering it more in the coming weeks. But it was a lot of fun. But I missed what I know. I was looking back on my cast of SC Evo, and it was very, very like play by play, very little analysis, which makes sense just because I know that much less about the overall builds and compositions and tech paths of Brood War. Like, I know the basics, but I don't know any kind of intricacies there. And likewise, the StarCraft 2 players were playing very chaotic as well, just because of the matchup. So, yeah, it's yeah, it's just a lot of play-by-play from my side. But I'll get into it. I also find myself like pausing because I was so uncertain about certain like terminologies. So for example, the queens were using ensnare. At the time I wasn't sure what it was called, but they were using ensnare, and like I wanted to say fungal, but then I stopped myself because it's not fungal, and then I wasn't certain if like the name of the spell, so I was like, oh, they're using that ability. Also, this spell. I was being very vague when referring to it because I wasn't sure if it was called ensnare or not. Then I looked it up. I was like, oh no, yeah, it's ensnare. Okay. When the Defilers use Dark Swarm as well. I was saying stuff like Dragoon Range. I think the name. What was the name of it? It's like cybernetic something. Yeah, you know, Dragoon Range. You know. For now, though, it's going to be a Glaive. Oh my god, it's going to be a Twilight Council open out of Lunacy, and he is committing to 4-gate Glaive Eps. Okay, we're doubling down. Meanwhile, the Overlord does confirm. Big scout here by Eba. Eba, he sees all, he knows all. He's aware of the upgrade on that Twilight Council. We have a safety Roach Warren on the way at the 3-minute 38 mark. So a nice and early Roach Warren out of Eba. So he should be ready for this. He should be prepared. Upon seeing the researching Twilight Council, he's also aware that it's not going to be a DT-based opener. I mean, it could be Glaives plus DTs. True. Could be both. Eva still trying to figure it all out, still trying to piece it all together. It might be wise for us to still throw down a Spore. We'll keep an eye on Eva. I like to have mushroom ceviche. You're an animal, Sounder. You're an animal. That doesn't exist. Didn't you tell me that restaurant closed down because of the mushrooms? Este Sounder. As Lunacy is moving out across the map, he's going to be committing. Crying. Fiant, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Why are you... Fiant, he finally woke up. He's finally awake. Este Fiant. As Lunacy does make his way between the bases. Hitting the natural. Zoning Ebo away. Roaches are popping up, but can we get on top of the drones? Can we get on top of them? Looks like, oh, we will barely get one worker kill. We get 2 drones. 2 drones go down. We're shading in between the bases. Oh, Lings are on top of the reinforcements, but that's still a lot of adepts. That's going to be 13 adepts here for Lunacy. He's going to annihilate these Lings. The Lings get shut down. Adepts, they shade out. Shade out of the main base, heading back towards that natural. But again, we have not killed enough workers. Looking at the units lost tab, 2 drones, 24 Lings. That's a lot of Lings, but only 2 workers. Eba maintains his economy. Eba, he's going to be able to drone up. He's keeping up with the Prism. But back at home, what do we have from Lunacy? We have Pylons on the way. We have Immortals on the way. This could be the beginning of a 2-base all-in. We'll see if Lunacy opts to expand or not. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on Lunacy. As adepts are being forced back, and Eva's economy is looking strong. Back at home, still more Immortals on the way. Still no third base, no expansion out of Lunacy. He's still just building up, and we're getting ready for the move outs. We're getting ready to commit. Here we go. Lunacy sending everything across the map. We have our Adepts, we have our Immortals. Enchilada sounds really heavy. I mean, it's good. I don't know if I can fit an Enchilada inside me, though. It's big. God. As a Lunacy, he's going to be moving out with how many? With 20 Adepts. We have 20 Adepts, we have 2 Immortals, we only have the 1 Ravager. Spores repositioning. Yeah, the Lings, they chase down the Shades. Roach Ravager getting on top of the Adepts. We commit to the Shade. We committed to the main. The Lings have been able to keep up just to buy some time. Drones are finally going down. The Immortals, they drop into the main. But Lunacy is getting damage done. Shading out, but the Spine Call is in position. We're taking down most of the Adepts. There's barely any left. And they only got 4 drones. Only 4 drone kills. The Immortals, they do come back in. But Eba's keeping up. He shuts down the Immortal Harass. Adepts in between the bases. They're still being active, but we had 20. We are down to 14. 14 Adepts remaining. Throughout all this, Eba's still building up. Back at home, when behind Dark Shrine. Let's go. The Dark Shrine's on the way. It's going to be a decent way for Lunacy to bounce back in this game. See if he can pull this off. So we're throwing down extra gates. More Prism rotating back in. And so far, I mean, even though Lunacy is going to be spicing things up with DTs, I mean, we're keeping up so far. We have a Spore at the 3rd. We have a Spore not quite at the natural. We are lacking detection elsewhere. Lair is still on the way. Uh-oh. If these DTs hit anywhere other than that 3rd base, they're going to get damage done. They will get damage done. And I'm concerned for Eba. No Spore! We're going for the main. We're going for the main base. No Spore quite in position. We have 1 at the 3rd and 1 outside the natural. And DTs, they can even go for, I mean, they go for the economy, they're going for roaches, going for a bit of everything. They're going for the base. Can they bring the lair down? We have a transfuse. Overseer's on the way. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close, and we save it. Whew. Okay, we save the base. We don't get, we get 1 drone kill. We don't really get much damage done at all. To deny the 4th though. DT's back into the main. Eba is keeping up. Eba is able to keep up. Still a very tense game state as Lunacy has finally expanded. He's getting his 3rd base fully operational. And we're working into a 2nd robo into disruptive production. Okay, we're doubling down on robo production. And we'll see if Eba can make use of this army. Now, what I'm concerned about is that Eba's army, it doesn't really scale amazingly into a longer game. It's just Roach Ravager Ling. He has no Hydras, he has no Lurkers, he has no Hive Tech. So Eba will max out, but Lunacy, he's going to take the role of the defender here, and it's not going to be the easiest to break him if he's back at home. If he's out on the map, we can maybe get us around. But Lunacy is backing off, disruptor count getting higher. Here we go, Eba's moving out, and he is spotted. The Nova not quite going to be going off. We focus on the disruptor. We get the, not bad. We snipe the disruptor. We're pushing on forward. We're down to 3 Immortals. Lunacy is in trouble. Another disruptor has arrived. And Bailing's rolling in. They go straight for the Adepts. Nova goes up. Good connection. We get Bailing's, Roaches, and Ravagers, but that still might not be enough. As we just dive on forward. A good juggling here by Lunacy. And we're getting on top of the Roach Ravager. The Immortals are doing so much damage. They're getting so much done in the back line. And Lunacy will hold. Despite the army lead that Eva had, it was not enough. He gets 7 probe kills. That's okay. He got 2 disruptors. But the longer this goes on, the better I feel about Lunacy's position. Overcharge was popped, and Eva, he has to break this. He has to break this forward. To break Lunacy here and now. I'm just not sure he can. There we goes up. Doesn't connect. Immortals looking a bit exposed. More Prism this time is not here. Yeah, the Prism is across the map. Eva's keeping up and getting on top of the Immortals. Oh, the move command! The move command forward. Bit of miscontrol out of Lunacy. He loses the Prism across the map, loses the main army. Nova's going off, but it looks like Eva has done it. He's broken the 4th base. DTs are wreaking havoc. But it doesn't matter. Eva has just far too much. Once again, a good Nova, but it won't save the base. Not anymore. Second disruptor to the right. We're focusing on the detection. A little bit cheeky there out of Lunacy. Trying to defend with those DTs. As we are breaking through, we focus on the disruptor. There's only a handful of stalkers left. We get the shield battery as well. We deny the overcharge. GG gets called, and Eva takes game number 1. Whew. GG. A solid game there out of Eva. Oh. Solid game there out of Eva. Does take the first game, and now we're settling into game number 2. Settling into game number 2. And we'll see how our players will approach this. Again, we had some hyper aggression out of Lunacy with his Glaive Adepts into his 2-base all-in, into DTs and disruptors. It was a lot of chaos there out of Lunacy, but Eva was able to keep up. And now we're getting into game 2. We'll see if the aggression continues, or we'll see if Lunacy takes a different approach instead. Let's go. Let us go. As game 2 is going to be on Oceanborn. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Teal Protoss, representing himself. Currently teamless, down to the series to see if he can bounce back. It is Lunacy. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent going for a 15-15. We have the Red Zerg player from the land of the UK, representing the Platinum Heroes, leading the series 1-0. It is Eva. Eva. Let's go. Ah. Don't let him spread his lines. So someone responding to Sounder. Oh, his mushrooms. Shaking my head as we are going for 15-15, 15 hatchery into 15 spawning pool. For those who are maybe unaware as to the purpose of this build, it's a very safe opener. The way this lines up is that you're able to expand before the probe arrives to block your base, so it's a way to secure your base setup and also to get into a faster spawning pool as well. With this, faster queens, faster lings. The downside is delayed ling speed as the gas is taken a lot later. So overall, just a safer opener out of Eva. And Lunacy opening up with a Gate Expand. Gate Expand into Cybercore. Standard opener here out of Lunacy. Moving out with the Probe Scout. Trying to get a read on what is going on. I guess I could get pizza. I don't know. I don't know if I want anything like too carb heavy. That's what I'm... Yeah. I want something unhealthy, but, you know, not heavy. Does that exist? As once again, Twilight Count's opener. Now, as a reminder, in Game 1, Lunacy did open up 4-gate glaives. This time, it could be 4-gate glaives once again. It could be a Dark Shrine opener. It could be glaives plus DTs as well. We have options. We do have options here. As Eva will expand eventually, take the third base. Does force a cancel on the pylon. Speed now on the way, joining up, and the Twilight Council has completed. We are going for the Dark Shrine. We're staying in gas. It is that DT opener from Lunacy. Aggressive once again, but a different form of aggression, and it's on Eba to recognize what's going on. You can see Lunacy's in position with the Stalker, getting ready to deny the Overlord Scout, making sure that Eba stays in the dark. Yeah, even sending out the initial sentry, forcing back that Overlord. And Eva should be going for, interesting, is going for a safety Roach Warren. This is primed to defend against something like Glaive Adepts. Hopefully we get detection. If we skip out on Spores, the game could just end. We've seen it before, we could see it again. As Eva is going to be supply blocked. Second Overlord headed towards the main. Will eventually scout what's going on. Well, we're getting there. As the third base is getting up and running. Dark Shrine about to finish. I just realized as well, sorry, this is a DT opener without a robo. Oh. This is a bit odd. What I mean by this is that usually we have a Dark Templar in conjunction with a Warp Prism so that you can morph in Archons and go for Warp Prism Harass. But there is no Prism, which means the DTs, they take longer to move out across the map because they're warped in back at home. This is a macro DT opener. Very interesting. Spores are on the way. DT's waddling in. Now, what I mean by that, because it's a DT opener and there's no robo, that means we can afford a third. We can afford a faster third base. Yeah, DT's waddling in. We have a Spore at the natural, but we're going for the main. Ooh. To get a bit of damage done. Spore in the main base still on the way, but the DT playing a little bit too scared. Lunacy, he does flinch, he does recall back home. Another DT hits the third. We get 3 drone kills, not bad. Oh, we don't quite get the fourth. But 3 drones do fall. And now we're going to be expanding. We are investing into Shadow Stride. Blink for the DTs. Okay. Doing it all. A nice big bowl of ramen sounds bomb at the moment. Oh, let's go. Not in the fast food world. Okay. Ramen. I mean, that sounds wholesome. That sounds good. It does sound good. We'll see what's open. Like, things close relatively early here in Australia. So, we'll see what's open by the time the cast finishes. So we can get. But yeah, we do have DTs arriving. Lunacy, he's keeping up economically with Eba because of the faster third base, because of the opener. It's been a really interesting turn of events. And we have how many? 6 DTs lying in wait. Blink is now done. Shadow Stride has completed. We could try and deny the base. We can deny the expansion, the 4th. Fake War Prism coming in the left-hand side does distract. And we're going for the dive. We're going for the Spore! Oh, but we have detection. We have the Overseer. Spore goes down, but we have the Overseer in the sky. Oh, but the Spore doesn't even fall. Oh my god. Quick moves out of Eba. He saves the Spore. He shuts down the DTs. He forces them back. And they get nothing done. Lunacy's crazy. Crazy blink timing. Has to back up. Eba defends. Eba takes no damage. And Eba, he's upset. He's angry. Eba smash. Let's go. We've defended, and now we can embrace Hydra production. It's going to be Roach Hydra out of Eba. He's building up to a much more robust army here in the mid-game. Meanwhile, Lunacy's moving out. Ooh, and as Eba is teching, does he have enough to defend? this is actually going to hit quite hard. That's a lot of Blink Stalkers. Dip in. Catch a couple of these creep tumors. Trading with a Roach Ravager. Ooh, File does connect. At the same time, DTs, they blink into the natural. Oh my god. The Blink DTs. They're popping up. And they're headed for the main. They headed straight for the main base instead. Going for the initial Spore. Does force a big reaction. Eba does respond, but the main army is keeping him busy. Spore goes out. We're going for the lair. Yeah, we're going for the lair, and it looks like, can we get it? It's going to be close. Oh! Not quite. The lair gets low, but we do save it in the end. We get no drone damage. And that is more Dark Tempo on the way. Yeah, more DTs warping in. Lunacy, he wants that main. He wants that lair. And that's a lot of Blink Stalkers. That's 30 Blink Stalkers for Lunacy. Oh my god. He's moving out. Not much at home to defend. Roach is going for their own run by. And they will hit the third. At the same time, Lunacy gaining ground. And DTs, they're making their way. This time they're spreading out in between the bases. 2 to the natural, 1 into the main. Ooh, and Eba, he responds with his entire army. No! He's gonna lose the 4th! Yeah, the queens are going down. The hatchery as well. An overreaction there by Eba. Yeah, he gets dragged out of position, and he's gonna lose his base. The base goes down. Ay, ay, ay. And now Eba's in a rough position. Lunacy is ahead in economy. He has a comparable worker count on an even base count as well. And he's just going for non-stop DT harass, and it's working. Like, these DTs, they didn't kill the main. They didn't kill too many workers, but they distracted Eba. They distracted Eba enough to kill his 4th. And that's good enough damage. Eba trying to catch out the Stalkers. Lunacy just blinks away. Once again, hitting the natural. Oh, and the Spore goes down. Oh god. The Spore goes down. The natural as well. This time there's no saving it. No shot. Not this time. The Invisible Man is too good. It's too much. And now Eba, he's pretty all in. He's down to 2 bases. No 4th base, no natural base. A 2-base economy from Eba, but there are so many Stalkers. Yeah, the Stalker count is insane. The blinks are good enough. We have an overcharge as well. And Lunacy, he's going to completely shut down this army. There's not enough Zerg. This is a wild build out of Lunacy, and it worked. Did pay off in the end. Initially, it didn't. Initially, it was looking quite rough for the Protoss, but over time, the DTs, they popped off. They did damage. They killed 2 bases. They didn't kill the 4th, but they allowed the 4th to go down. And just like that, Lunacy is ahead. He's now up a base on a 4-base economy with a mass amount of Blink Stalkers. DTs, they just keep warping in. God, this is so frustrating to play against. There's just non-stop DT harass with Blink. Once again, going for the natural. This time we're ready for it, but the damage has been done. Oh. Yeah, and you can see Eba, he's going to try and stand and fight, but he's going to bleed out his Ravagers, bleed out Hydras. Expensive losses for Eba. Losses he can't quite afford. Being run by, forces the defensive warp in. Lunacy's in position. DTs are still in the main. Still being a nuisance. Oh, we're going for the detection. Oh, not quite. We're going for the high. We're going for everything. Why not? Ooh, we do punish the Stalkers this time. That was a good chunk of Stalkers going down. Eba's holding. Eba, he's holding on. He's now back on 4-base saturation. Eba, he's slowly stabilizing. I would love to see a lurker den, even if it's lair tech lurkers. That would be good enough. Is there a robo? Yeah, there's no robo. There's 0 detection. 0 detection for Lunacy. robots. There was never a robot that was made. Nope, shading into the natural. Spore Crawler on the way. Eva stabilizing. Moving out. Ooh, some of his Hydra's almost getting caught. But this is where I have to be concerned for Lunacy because he only has Pure Blink Stalker. Remember, without a robot, there's no splash damage. No Storm, no Archons, no Disruptors, no Colossus. Only Gateway units. And this does well initially, but it doesn't scale amazingly into a longer game. Oof. The charge will take trade well against the Hydras. DT's going for the base. Oh. They're going for the hatchery. Lunacy, he gets a kill. Snipes the hatchery once again. Lunacy just trying to pull Eva apart. Trying and succeeding. Blinking into the main. Once again, Zelsa hit the 4th base. Nothing in position. That's a kill, not a cancel on the hatchery. And we kill the main base as well. Another 2 bases go down. Eva having a hard time keeping up. We have also Blink Stalkers here in the main. Getting so many drone kills. Anyway, he's had enough. Oh, but he can't quite commit. Clean up all the Stalkers. Very scrappy game. Lunacy taking another expansion. Getting another base up and running. But Eva, he's going to try to move out. Try to commit to his push. And I do think Eva has potential. I do think this mass Hydra army has potential. We're starting stepping forward. As long as we have detection, we're going to be okay. You can see Eva getting ready for the backstab. Instead, Lunacy going for a base trade himself. He's moving out across the map. Committing to the base trade. Eva, he does turn around. He's turning back around. Oh, the Overseers! We get 1! We get 2! God. Lunacy sniping the detection. Meanwhile, across the map, DTs, they get the entire mineral line. 13 drones go down. At the same time, though, it looks like Eva takes down the 4th, and he's going for another expansion. But we have defensive DTs. No, we deny the warp in! We deny the warp in! We shut the DTs down. We get on top of the base. The Nexus will fall. And it looks like Eva has done it. It's been a very scrappy game. We have more DTs coming in. More Dark Templar getting across the map. But Eva, it looks like he should be able to hold his own. We're going for the Overseer. We get it. Oh my god. We do snipe the Overseer. The DTs are wreaking havoc, but we're going to be able to get on top of the base. And detection, it's coming. Yeah, detection has arrived. GG gets called, and Eva, he does it. It was a very chaotic game state. Bases were falling left and right, but Eva, he will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Eva will take it. That was... I was anxious the entire time. Oh my god. Oh my god. Eva, he's messaging me. He's like, mate, if I lost that game, it'd be over. I'd be so tilted. Oh my god. GG. GG, well played. GG, well played. Oh. And yeah, with that... With that, Eva will claim the series, will advance on into the semifinals, and let's find out where we're headed. Where are we headed? Let's switch our scenes over and have a look at the bracket. Okay, looks like we have our semifinals. Ooh, the question becomes, where are we headed first? I believe the upper semis are ready initially. Okay, we're heading over to the European server. We're heading over to the European region. And it looks like we have all of our matches ready. It's going to be Geralt versus Middle VK in the upper semifinals, and it's going to be Iba versus Nickrat in the lower semis. Let's go. We have some updates. Geralt took down Replicant 2-0. Middle VK took down Hodmono 2-1. And it's going to be a PvP. We have a Protoss confirmed for the finals, and we have a Terran or Zerg for the finals as well. Let's go. Let us go. Let us go. We are going to be jumping into our PvP. It's going to be Geralt versus Mindel VK. So we just have to make sure that we do pay out the series. There we go. Predictions have been paid out, and we're getting ready for our PvP matchup. We're going to be covering Nickrat versus Iba after this series. That is going to be the plan. Okay. God, our players were already ready for us. We are jumping into our next series, into our first semifinals of the night. Let's go. And predictions in the chat. Predictions will be open, so place your bets on who you believe will claim the series. Will it be our Protoss or our other Protoss? Will it be our Psystorm boy or the other Psystorm player instead? Best of luck. Best of luck in the chat. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have our red Protoss player representing Psystorm Gaming. It is Mindel VK. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player representing Psystorm Gaming as well. They are teammates. It is Geralt. From the land of Bologna. Let's go. I just realized both semifinals are team kills. Both players in the upper semis are Psystorm boys, and both players in the lower semifinals are Platinum boys. They're Platinum players. Let's go. Do appreciate it. But again, predictions are open. Place your bets. You do have a minute or so to get your gambler going in the chat. Geralt is the favorite player, but we have seen Middle VK pop off specifically in the PvP matchup. He has popped off before. He can do it again. I want to believe. Here we go. I see in the chat, well played by Iba. It's hard to stay cool against LTT harass 100%, especially when bases are dying, right? Like, it isn't just about dealing with the harass, but like, once the first domino falls, once the first hatchery falls, things get real chaotic real quick, and things like fires, they pop up everywhere in every single base. It becomes very difficult to keep up and to put them out. To maintain your cool, to be aggressive across the map, to have the wherewithal to go for a roach counterattack and a hydra counterattack into mineral lines. There was just a lot of action all over the place. It was a very intense series. A very intense series between Iba and Lunacy. Oh. Very intense. As for now, it's going to be a 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener for Middle VK, 2-gate opener out of Geralt. We are going to be settling in. Likewise, no proxy pylons. We have 2 pylons in the main for both players, so no proxies whatsoever. No fake proxies. Ooh, as Geralt is locked into the main, and Middle VK can expand. Meanwhile, Mindel goes for the pylon block, and Geralt cannot, as Geralt is stuck in the main base. And the probe is going to be shut down. Eventually. Oh. Yeah, the probe is killed. And the question becomes, does Mindel expand, or is Mindel going for a proxy? The probe looking very suspicious. What's going on? My eyes are on this worker, Mindle, across the map. He is building up resources. Okay, he's expanding. Mindle VK, he is expanding. So is Geralt. Yeah, both expansions have been taken. Hallucination Scout moving out. Mindle not making use of that probe yet, but it's out there. Nice catch out of Mindle VK. He does get on top of that first Stalker. Ooh, gets a lot of damage done. Stalker taking a lot of hits. At the same time, Adepts, they do bypass the main army. They're headed towards the mineral lines. They're headed towards the main base. And can Mindle VK keep up? No! He misplaces! Oh, he does misplace the shield battery. Forced to recall back home. Probes are going down. Aye, aye, aye. Just like that, chaos ensues. And we get 4 probe kills. Can we get 5? Can we get 6? Can we get 7? We'll get 6. But 6 probes do fall. A lot of damage dealt here only by 2 Adepts. I mean, that's how unforgiving PvP can be, or mirror matchups in general. One slip up, one misplaced shield battery, and that can be game. Just like that, Geralt takes a massive economic lead. Across the map, we have a proxy pylon. Mindle VK is going to be reinforcing. And it's his turn. It's his turn to turn the tables on Geralt. We'll see if he can. See if he can, as the 2 Adepts, they have arrived. There's no probe in position, which means we won't be able to wall off. Adepts, they shade in. They shade into the main base, and workers are going to be going down. Ooh, but we don't quite target correctly. We get 2 probe kills. We're going to get 3, maybe 4. Oh, we barely get the 4th. But that could have been 5, 100%. That could have been 5 probe kills. Again, we did kind of missed target initially. And we are keeping up with each other, but Geralt still maintains a worker lead, slight worker lead. And from here, we're taking up. It is going to be Blink from Geralt, likewise Blink from Mindle VK. Okay. And when behind, yeah. We saw how annoying and frustrating Dark Templar could be in that previous series. We're seeing it again. Fun fact, we also saw DTs in the Lunacy series earlier today as well. Every series so far that we've casted has involved Dark Templar in some way. The Invisible Man. He's a popular man. He is popular. Meanwhile, Blink is done. We have the Hallucination available. And we can blink into the main. We're going for the pylon. Yeah, we're going to depower the gateways. Nice pickup. Well, can we get the second pylon? We can! And 2 pylons go down. Geralt backs off. At the same time, Dark Templar should soon be warping in. But Geralt, he's containing his opponents and he expands. He takes the 3rd base. Geralt taking a further economic lead. Just keeping Mindle VK pinned on 2 bases. But do we have detection? We do. We have a robo. We have an observer moving out across the map. Geralt may have to recall the observer back home. Dark Shrine is done, but we're diving into the main, and even if the DCs get damage done, there's just so many Stalkers. This could just be game. This could be it here and now. We go for the force field. We depower the gateways once again. We've been missing warp-ins, and the army's just not here. We just barely have an army to work with. DT, sure, they're getting across the map, but this army from Geralt, it's ending the game. It's becoming far too much. GG gets called as Geralt snowballs out of control. And we'll take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Geralt will be taking a lead in the series. And where are we headed from here? Be taking a lead, and now we're getting ready for game number 2. We're going to be loading into Oceanborn, and again, it all started with the initial Adept harass. Likewise, the scary thing about depowering those gateways with that Blink dive, it isn't just about, being a nuisance in the main, but because you depower the gateways, that means you miss warp-ins. You miss warp-ins, your army gets smaller and smaller, and Geralt, he went for the kill move. The killer instinct was real there for Geralt, and yeah, he was able to knock Mindle VK down before he could really recover, really get back up and running. GG. GG, well played. With that, Geralt is 1 game away from making it into the grand finals. One more game is all he needs. Meanwhile, Mindle VK has to fight back here and now. Let's go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our red Protoss player representing Psystorm Gaming down in this series, looking to bounce back here and now to force the ace match. The pressure is on. It is MinnoVK. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player from the land of Poland, representing Psystorm Gaming. One game away from making it into the grand finals. It is Geralt. Uno más, one more is all he needs. We'll see if he can go the distance. We'll see if he can send it back. Make it all the way to those finals. Go. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. We're on a bit of a timer here. I didn't realize, but it looks like there is another event going on, and it is going to be clashing a little bit with our event. The Team Liquid map contest. I did not realize. But their tournament starts in 20 minutes. Oh. So that may become a problem. It may be a problem just because Geralt is also trying to play in that event as well, in the 2v2 tournament. Meanwhile, oh my god, we get a surround. Geralt, he shuts down the probe. The probe gets shut down. Nice kill up there to Geralt. Meanwhile, back at home, we do have our two pylons. Two pylons in the main base of Geralt as well. No proxies. No proxies. No one base all-ins. None of the sort. But yeah, I didn't realize there is a Wardy's hosting a 2v2 tournament in 20 minutes, and yeah, Geralt is going to be a part of that. So hopefully we can thread the needle and everything's going to be okay. Hopefully. Hopefully. As Geralt is moving out, going for initial double adept opener. Meanwhile, MinnoVK opening up a double stalker instead. And the goal here for Geralt is to try to slip past. Try to sneak on past, get into the main base. Behind this, Geralt is expanding. And MinnoVK is going for a one base all in. That's an extra gateway. That's an extra gate, and that is a empty natural. Uh-oh. So one base all in from MinnoVK. Not a proxy, not yet. But we're getting there. Pylons on the way. One way or another, the game is going to end. As MinnoVK is just doubling down and going for one base blink. Meanwhile, Geralt's back at home. Settling into his own robo. I mean, a robo follow-up here from Geralt is very safe. This gives us fast immortals. Fast immortals are going to be ideal. Not just immortals, but also a war prism as well to juggle back, to defend, to micro our units. And Geralt, he confirms no expansion. Like, Geralt seeing no base here is enough. That's enough of a tell. We need shield batteries. Shield batteries are on the way. We have one shield battery on the low ground. Second pylon to keep everything powered. Geralt is getting ready, and we need that immortal. There it is! Immortal's on the way. And as we're getting into this, a big shout out in the chat to Acer. Oh my god. To Acer313. Thank you so much. Babiga, thank you so much for gifting 3 subs to the community. Thank you, Babi, thank you. Do appreciate it. Gifting it to Slower Run, to Pony Danza, and to Freb Australia. Thank you so much. Here we go. As Mindle is pushing in. Do you have a fake immortal? Up! We're hoping to bait out some shots. First Stalker goes down, second shield battery is done, second Stalker falls. Ooh, and Geralt, he's struggling to hold on. He is struggling. Again, that hallucination ideal was designed to tank some of those Stalker shots. Alas, didn't quite pay off. didn't quite work out. Yeah, Sentry's going to be targeted. Second Immortal has arrived. We do still have the overcharge. We haven't spent it yet. Geralt has been quite patient. Very patient play here out of Geralt. Hallucination runs out. And the Immortal count is getting higher and higher. So far we're holding. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Geralt, but yeah, we're going for the dive. We have the overcharge, and we do not keep the Immortal alive. We just barely don't. Oh my god. Ooh, the second Immortal falls, and it looks like MinnoVK, has he done it? Has he broken through? The overcharge is helping quite a bit. Now we pull the boys. Third shield battery is done. Do we have another Immortal? We need a couple more seconds. It's close. As MinnoVK just keeps warping in. He's got 11 Stalkers. Boys are being pulled. We can't afford to pull them. We can't afford to lose them. As we are off base. But Mindle, he has control of the low ground. And it looks like MinnoVK, yeah, he's done it. At this point, especially with reinforcements on the way, we go for the dive. We take down the Immortal. And Geralt, he just doesn't have much left. GG gets called, and MinnoVK ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. We are going all the way to game 3. Oh. And we'll see where this takes us. We'll see how this story does end between Geralt and Mindle. I mean, again, Geralt, it felt like 1 second too late with the overcharge to save the first Immortal. The first Immortal went down real quick. Likewise, we gambled a little bit with the Hallucination. Didn't quite pay off either. That would have been huge. If we soaked like 1 or 2 volleys from those Stalkers, that would have been ideal. Here we go. So getting into our next game. It's just me, but the fanfare when the players get introduced, it sounds like the fanfare when you open the safe in Monkey Island 1. I cannot confirm. It's just a generic fanfare. I don't maybe. But here we go. We're getting into the ace match. It all ends here. It all ends in game 3. On Alkionis, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Storm Gaming. It is Geralt. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player, representing Storm Gaming, tying up the series, forcing the ace match. It is MinnoVK. Let's go. Let us go. But yeah, thank you so much, Acer, for supporting the channel. Thank you. We always appreciate the support. Do appreciate it. It's thanks to the support in the chat that we're able to do this as often as we do. I mean, we usually cast on a daily basis. I do apologize for the stream being live a little bit less frequently as of late. A big reason for that is just because we haven't had as many tournaments. Tournaments are drying up a little bit here at the end of the season. No Kung Fu Cup, no WTL. As a result, you know, we've had some more free days here. I mean, I've been streaming on my own personal channel, but we haven't been able to have as much content here on the CranKy Ducklings. We will try to amend that. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. In the off-season. As for now, Geralt being cheeky, mining through those middle patches, going for a proxy on the right-hand side. Let's go. Is moving out the proxy. We can watch both. It isn't about watching both, it's about playing in both. Because Geralt, he's playing both in this tournament and in the 2v2 event. And he might have to forfeit one of the events. Depending on how things go. He's looking. MinnoVK, he knows. He sees, he scouts, he does confirm that the mineral patch is missing. He does confirm that it's nowhere to be found. And he's looking for the proxy. Geralt going for the Stargate. We're checking the standard Stargate location. Don't quite find anything yet. But MinnoVK knows that something's wrong. He knows that something is here and he will eventually find it. As he is on the hunt. And he will confirm. There we go. The Stargate has been found. And now MinnoVK, he knows to get a shield battery in the mineral line and to warp in some Stalkers to be ready in the main. As a reminder, this build from Geralt is not an all-in, it is a way to get ahead in the economy and to expand behind it. Oh, Mindle even trying to get on top of the Stargate itself. Bold move, as Geralt is being active with his 2 Stalkers, being more defensive. Mindle's moving out. Shield batteries on the way. And we are getting on top of that pylon. On top of the there we go. We do miss a couple of volleys. That is going to give Geralt time to react and to respond. First Oracle is going to pop out. Ooh, and Minuvik is rallying everything over. This I'm not so sure about. We're going to try and intercept. We get a couple of volleys off, but this means that we are exposed back at home. Mindle is going for the 1 base all-in. Stalkers have arrived. They're going for the pylon. Minuvik is racing back. Oracle into the main. We should go for the stasis. And Stasis Trap on the way. Minuvik does pull away in time. Pylon's going to go down. But we can pull back to the shield battery. And Geralt, he gets a full scout. He gets a full scout of what's going on. But I'm concerned because, again, he invested quite a lot into this Stargate, not into a robo. Stalker gets cleaned up. We have a proxy across the map. Minuvik is going for the 1 base all-in. 3 gates back at home. 1 gate across the map. It's going to be a 1 base, 4 gate blink all-in from Minuvik. And Geralt's back at home. What do we have? We have a delayed 4 gate. Oh boy. Minuvik has a massive Stalker lead. As he moves out, Adepts are moving in, but we have a full wall. We do fully wall off. We're set up. Back across the map. We have backup shield batteries on the way. I like that we have the shield batteries staggered here so we can fall back a little bit further into the main for additional support. Oracle does threaten the main base, going for the stasis. The reaction! No! Yeah, no reaction. Massive stasis in the main. Adepts, they're also breaking him at the same time. Minuvik dives into the main base. Blink is done. And we do focus out the Stalkers. There's 2 Stalkers left. But the shield batteries, they're holding on. Yeah, Geralt, he's defending. He is defending. Minuvik just does not have enough. He's being forced out of the main base. Meanwhile, across the map, Minuvik is at least secure. He is secure, but he just doesn't have enough Stalkers. Yeah, Geralt, he barely does hold. He's holding, but and Geralt, he's about to catch up. Blink is almost done. He's about to have his own Blink. He's going to be on par when it comes to the production. Stasis into the main, and Minuvik does pull away. Ooh, but gets caught out. 4 probes get stasis. Ay. And this all-in from Minuvik, it's getting worse and worse over time. Looking at the units tab, he's got 10 Stalkers to the 7 of Geralt. And even though Geralt is slightly behind in Stalkers, we have shield batteries. We have shield batteries, we have the overcharge, we have the defense advantage. We can pull the boys like we did previously. Like, Geralt should be fine. He should be okay. As we try to force our way in. With the Death Pylon, we could go for Adepts. We could warp into Adepts, try to shade into the main base, and try to distract Geralt. That's maybe the best option. We're just aping in. We go for the blink, we go for the dive. And we do catch a couple of Stalkers. Hey, we are actually able to DPS through that overcharge, at least somewhat. Yeah, but still not enough. Geralt is holding. Do we expand? The problem, we can't. We can't expand this. We have a full wall. That's the problem here. We have a full wall off. We cannot expand. Unless this probe comes back home. As we have the high ground, we have the concave. No, the stasis in the main. We cashed the mineral line. Ay. And just like that, Geralt, he doesn't just defend, he takes a lead. He is ahead in the economy. He himself can expand now. Middle going for the robo. Geralt does find the proxy. Shuts it down. And with the death that pylon, finally Mindle VK can expand. But it's going to be a rough expansion. Oh boy. It's going to be a rough expansion for Mindle. Assuming he does. The probe is actually moving out of... Never mind. Yeah, okay. It's a one-base all-in. we're just doubling down. I mean, that's the best option, the best chance here for Mindle. Is to commit it to something different. Is starting Immortal production. Going to be repowering that gateway. He could go for a proxy Dark Shrine. Bearing in mind that no one has any detection. The Stargate is depowered. So DTs from either player could end the game. The probe does confirm. The probe does confirm the expansion. We have Adepts headed towards the main. They attempt to shade in, but they're going to be denied. Yeah, we have a full wall off. Have a full wall. Mindle does catch a good chunk of Stalkers, though. That was a much better fight for Mindle VK. Back at home, Geralt, yeah, he can just expand, he can just get further ahead, but he's losing out a lot of Stalkers. Oh, that was 8 Stalkers going down. That's going to be 9. That's going to be 10 Stalkers falling. Geralt overextending. They're losing so much. And again, instead of investing into a base like Geralt, Mindle VK has just been warping in more Stalkers, more Immortals, and this follow-up push, this could still end the game. Yeah, we're fighting out of range of shield batteries. Out of range of the overcharge. That defender's advantage means nothing. Not anymore. And now we can just keep going. Send it, papi. We're going for the natural, but we need to go for the main base. Like, killing the natural is not good enough. We're going for a base trade. And Mindle. We can keep going. Blink in. We can blink. Send it, papi. There we go. We blink over the wall. Over the force field. At the same time, Geralt gets across the map. Stations behind us into the mineral line. And yeah, Mindle, he's just going for the kill, going for the throat. At the same time, I mean, everyone's losing their economy. Probes are falling. Probes are falling left and right. But the question becomes, do we have a worker out on the map for either player? Mindle VK is going to try to evacuate, but alas, he's going to lose every single probe. Likewise, Geralt. Do we have any workers? No, the answer is no. 0 probes. 0 probes for Geralt. We have 2 probes left for Mindle VK. They're going to be focused down. We're recalling. Oh, he's crazy. The stasis. No. Oh my god. The blink just in time. We avoid the stasis. We save the main base. And Geralt's being revealed. He's being revealed. There's nothing left. We're shutting down the main army. We can chase him. We can blink. Chase him, Pop. Ah. Yeah, there it is. We focus on the Oracle. GG gets called, and Mindle VK will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Oh my god. GG, well played. Geralt, he will take it. Oh, sorry, Geralt, he will be knocked out. Mindle VK will take the series. Congratulations. Mindle VK popping up. Does take the series. A very chaotic game state. If Geralt, if all he had done was expand and stay back at home, I think I would have I was favoring him. I'm straight up favoring him, but he did overextend. He was getting caught out on the map. He was bleeding out too many Stalkers, and everything snowballed out of control in favor of Mindle VK. Congratulations to Mindle, and my condolences to Geralt, as Mindle will advance on to the grand finals. We'll advance on to those finals, and we are here to determine who faces off against Mindle in those finals. Who's it going to be? Who is it going to be? Here we go. So we're just catching up in the chat. I forgot to do this. All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Sounder, for resubscribing. Thank you so much. With Twitch Prime for 45 months. That's a lot of months, baby. Thank you. Thank you. Do appreciate it. I thought it was made specific for that game. Okay. No. It's just a stock trumpet sound for us. Stock trumpet sound. Here we go. Here we go, as we are going to be settling in. And we're just waiting for our players to ready up for us. Of course, predictions will soon be ready in the chat. They will soon be ready. 0 people predicted middle VK. Oh, you're all animals, Bappy. No faith. No faith in the chats. We've seen middle VK pop off in PvP before, and yeah, he pops off again. Does that pop off once again? So congratulations to Mindle, despite the unbelievers in the chat. And now it comes down to this ZVT. We have a Protoss confirmed for the finals, but is it going to be a Protoss versus Zerg or Protoss versus Terran? We're about to find out. Predictions will soon be open in the chat, so place your bets on who you think will be our next finalist. Will it be Nickrat or Eba? I think this is going to be close. I do consider them both to be comparable in skill. I think I might give the slight edge to Nickrat. Nickrat has been looking a little bit more impressive as of late, but we'll see. We'll see. I want to believe this can go to the ace match. I want to believe that this can go all the way to game 3, as spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nickrat. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Zerg player representing also the Platinum Heroes, as this is another team kill from the land of the UK. It is Eba. Let's go. The spray, the emotes, the zoomers. Let's jump on in. So Eba's going for a hatch gas pool. Nickrat has been quite fond of 2-Rax Reaper, but as we can see with the placement of the racks, it's going to be a Rax Expand standard opener between both Nickrat and Eba. We're calming down. We are settling in. Ooh, oh boy. I gotta be settling in. Just catching up in the chat. Catching up with what's been going on. And Nickrat has been known to embrace mech in the past and embrace BC base play as well, but that's not really his go-to. He has the capacity to embrace that, but bio play is where he thrives most. So what I want to believe is on the way for Nickrat. SCV Scout comes in, does confirm the timing of the hatchery. Everything looking as it should. And we can calm down. Whew. Can calm down. Prediction should now be closed, so hope you had the best of luck when it comes to the Gamba. Best of luck. From here, it is going to be a Reaper opener. Reaper's moving out across the map. Back at home, Eba, he's getting saturated. Queens are on the way. Lings are on the way. Third base now going to be taken as well for Eba. It's expanded, taking his third. Everything looking as it should. We're just easing our way in. Really, my eyes are going to be on Nickrat to see what kind of tech and what kind of opener he goes for. But now, Rax expand, but does he go 3cc? Does he go 111? Does he go BC or not? And now dancing with the Lings. Almost does get the drone. It gets low. Oh, tempting. Very tempting there for Nickrat. Alas, he won't quite go for the dive. The drone will live. Oh, he wants a zoomer. Wants it, but he won't get it. Ooh, and we overextend as well. The Reaper goes down for a single Ling. Not a good trade for Nickrat. And Eba comes out ahead. Comes out on top. He can happily drone up. Ooh, and is taking gases? Okay. Okay, just going for the extractor trick. So Eba from here can just drone on up and settle into a longer game. Meanwhile, Nickrat is going for a 1-1-1. This is what I was curious about, is what build he was going for. It was initially a standard opener, but the follow-up here is very aggressive. We're going for a delayed third CC. The third CC is I mean, it should be on the way by now, but it's not. So with this, we can go into fast Banshee play. We can go into something crazy like BCs. I mentioned the BCs earlier for good reason. I was hoping that he would save it for game 2 or game 3, but no, it's going to be a BC opener here in game 1. Oh boy. Nickrack, he is a bit of a BC boy. Battlecruisers are on the way, and Eba's in the dark. Eba has to piece it all together. Usually we open Viking first to hunt down Overlords, so it is risky, especially because the starport isn't doing anything. So it is risky to not go for the Viking opener because it does leave us a little bit vulnerable to a scout. But on the flip side, because there's no Viking, the chances of this being a BC is actually quite low. Because a BC opener is a bit of a tell that it could be... Sorry, a Viking opener is a bit of a tell that it could be BCs. So there's some mind games going on right now. Are some mind games. Battlecruisers on the way. I'm also quite certain that Eba is quite familiar with Nickrack and that they face off quite often on the ladder. So I'm sure Eba is no stranger to this build and to this playstyle from Nickrack. Back at home, it's going to be a lair. Lair opener out of Eba, very safe play. Lair into a Baleen Nest. What this means is that Eba is going for a delayed upgrades. He's going for delayed Evo chambers in favor of Balings, Baling speed, and potentially a Spire if he needs it with that faster lair. Oh, it's just it's a second starport. He's going 2-port BC. He's an animal. Oh my god. 2-port BC out of Nickrack, which means a Spire is going to be necessary. But Eba has to figure out what's going on first. Now, when the lair finishes, we can morph into an Overseer, and then we can go for a Scout. That's a lot of Hellions. That's going to be 10 Hellions for Nickrack, and he can try to bypass these Queens. But now fighting head-on, and here comes the BC! Yeah, we're going straight for the Queens. One Queen goes down. Second Queen goes down. There's no Transfuse. We have one Transfuse left over, and we do get it off. The mineral line! We're headed for the mineral line instead. The barbecue is real. Drones are going down, and Nickrack, he's snowballing out of control. He's just roasting up those drones. Every single worker goes down. 23 drone kills. And what about the Queens? The Queens are going down as well. Oh my god, that was how many Queens falling? GG gets called. That was 8 Queens going down, and Nickrack takes game number 1. GG. Nickrack does take a lead. Going 2-port BC. Didn't even need a second BC as he was able to catch 2 Queens initially. If you remember, unfortunately, the first force of Queens that Eba had didn't have any energy for a Transfuse. He had transfusing Queens coming up from behind, but they were a bit out of position, so 2 Queens went down instantly. And as the Queens start falling, the dominoes, they start falling one after the other. Everything escalates very quickly there, and alas. It was just a rough start there for Eba, the Queens getting caught, and likewise had very little on the ground to support, had very few lings to work with, just because Eba wasn't able to confirm what exactly was going on. Yeah, a lot of drones. The drones didn't help against the dive of Nickrack. Did not help, and here we go, we're getting into game number 2, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Crimson Court, we have the Red Protoss player representing the Platinum Heroes, leading the series 1-0. 1 game away from making it into the grand finals. It is Nickrack. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Zerg player from the land of the UK, also representing the Platinum Heroes down in the series. Can he bounce back? It is Eba. It is Eba. And we're going 15 hatch. So it's going to be a 15-15 safe opener. I would not be surprised if Eba assumes that Nickrack is opening up 2-Rax Reaper. I mentioned before that Nickrack is known for a couple of things. He's known for BCs and he's known for 2-Rax Reaper. And we are getting ready for that. So Eba this time playing very safe. Meanwhile, we can see that it's a standard opener out of Nickrack. It is going to be a standard build. Meanwhile, behind this, there's that 15 spawning pool timing. As we mentioned previously, this is just an opener designed to get us into a faster queen, into faster lings, into a delayed ling speed, but allow us to be safe and secure back at home. Alas, Nickrack isn't really being too aggressive, so this safe opener isn't really going to work too well for Eba here. Necract will now expand. And we'll take his natural. Natural base on the way. Natural base is on the way. Eba will confirm. Eba back at home is going to be droning up. And in general, off of the openers, I do like Necract's position a little bit more. We'll see if Eba goes into Roaches from here. It is not uncommon for the Zerg player to skip Link speed in this position just because gases are late and Link speed is late, so they might just go into Roach play. But I'm not too sure if Ebas want to embrace Roaches. You know, I'm referring to players like Raynor, Dark, Shin, even Serral. They embrace Roaches whenever they can in this matchup. Ooh, we get one drone. Oh god, this is a rough start. It's a very rough start. We get one drone kill already. We force out 2 spores. Oh, he wants it! He gets it! Oh my god, 2 drones go down. A very rough start for Eba. Especially considering he went for a safe opener as well. His Lings move out across the map. He delays the expansion. That's true, but delaying the expansion is not worth 2 drone kills. And we're going for a 1-1-1 follow-up once again. Now, this has a capacity to once again be a BC build. Regardless aggressive. It's a very aggressive build here. If we go for a tech lab after this Marine and go for an add-on swap, it could be Banshee play. Without any add-on swap though, BCs feel very realistic here. Meanwhile, that's a fast layer. Okay, yeah. Eba, because we're behind, because we have no third base, we're denied the expansion, we're denied the third, we're stuck on 2 bases, it's going to be a 2-base all-in. It is not just Roach play, but this can lead into a Nidus-based all-in, or, you know, a Drop Lords to send the Queens across the map. Just a very aggressive build here out of Eba, as he's contained. He is contained. It looks like he's going to slowly break out and try to expand and take a third. Behind this, there's that Fusion Core. Again, no add-on swap, Fusion Core, BC build out of Necract. Oh boy. And I am concerned for Eba. My biggest concern for Eba is because he's contained. Okay, we're diving in! Oh, we go for the dive. We go for the mineral line. Drones are getting roasted once again. We got 4 drone kills so far, and we're not done. The drones are lining up! No! They're lined up. We get 9 drone kills so far, 10 worker kills, and if we wanted to go for an all-in, the economy is crippled and we cannot sustain an all-in. Not anymore, as we get 16 drone kills. GG, well played. That is game-ending damage. We don't even get to see the BCs, and Necract will take the series, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Necract will take it. What I was about to say before we just dove into the mineral line is that I was still concerned for Eba because he was stuck on 2 bases, because he was taking a very late third, that does impact his queen production. With only 2 hatcheries, his queen count was very low anyway, so when the BCs arrived, compared to game 1, there would be even less queens available then as well. It was, it was just a really rough start for Eba, losing those drones and being contained, and just everything went from bad to worse. Necract snowballs out of control, and we'll take it. GG. GG, well played. I'm messaging Eba. Eva's messaging me. He's like, give me macro Terrans. I'm like, they don't exist, Papi. They don't exist. Oh no. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations. Congratulations here. Congratulations to Necract, as he does claim the series does advance on into the grand finals. And we'll see how this finals does unfold. It's going to be a PvT between MiddleVK and Necract. Let's go. I do need a moment to set things up and to get the raffle ready. Here we go. Oh. We are selling in. as it is that time of the week. It is that time of the tournaments. We're going to be switching our scenes over, and oh boy. Speaking of getting your gamba ready, it is time for the hashtag rigged raffle. Let's go. For those that are unaware, we do have a participation raffle. There is a participation raffle that we do host every single week for this tournament. The way this works is that if you participated in this week's event, if you did participate in this week's tournament, then you are eligible for the random raffle. Now, there is a bit of a caveat here. If you forfeited in the first round, then you'll be ineligible. There is a player that did forfeit, Oriana, but he played in the first series, so he will still be eligible. He can still participate. He can still win some extra prize money. If you're curious about the prize money, then !Patreon in the chat. We do have a Patreon that is set up to fund this event, so if you want to help support the Sparkling Tuna Cup and you want to help grow this event, then Patreon is the place to do that. Otherwise, it's time. It's time for La Rifa, baby. Let's go. Do you need a moment, though? Again, something happened with my scenes. If I refresh. There we go. There it is. We have the random raffle. We have 16 players this week. We have 16 players, all equally eligible for 5 USD. It isn't a lot of money, but it's something. Sorry, 15 players, not 16. 15 players. It isn't a lot of money, but you know, it's a nice way to spread the love. Our tournament currently is very top heavy. Only top 2 get paid out, but this is a way to spread the love and to, you know, help out someone that got knocked out in the first round, or even just a finalist. It is random. It is random. And here we go. We are jumping into this. I still need a drum set. I need a... So this week, congratulations to our random raffle winner. This week it is going to be... Oh, congratulations to Michnek. Michnek, the Ukrainian Protoss who got knocked out earlier in the tournament, who went up against Lunacy, if you recall, in that PvP. Michnek, he will walk away with 5 extra USD. Runner-up is Geralt. Geralt was just underneath him. There's Lochka as well, Replicant, Eba, and Hon Mono. You can see the run-ups. They don't really mean anything. It was just the ordering of the players. But congratulations to Michnek. Well played. Well played. Well played. Congratulations to Michnek. And now we can jump into the grand finals. Let's go. We can jump in. As a reminder, it's going to be a best of 5 TVP between MindoVK and Nicaract. We will be crowning this week's Sparkling Tuna. The Sparkling Tuna. Let's go. Who's it going to be? So jumping into site Delta. And here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Site Delta, we have our red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. Oh, the last Terran in the tournament. It is Nicaract. The Terran representative, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player representing Storm Gaming. He just took down Geralt to make it to the grand finals. He took down the heavy favorites. Now he himself is a favorite? Maybe. It is MindoVK. Let's go to hear the chat predictions. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will be this week's champion. Will it be Nicaract or MindoVK, as we are opening up with a proxy. Okay, let's go. Now it's only 1 Rax. It's only the 1 SCV moving out across the map, so it's not going to be the most committed of proxies. I imagine it's going to be Proxy Reaper with a bunker on the low ground to deny mining and to wreak some havoc. So it's just a cheeky way to open up, and we should be transitioning back at home. So an aggressive start here by Nicaract. MindoVK moving out with the Probe Scouts. And we'll see if MindoVK can minimize losses and keep up with the Terran. Let's go. Let us go. As the Probe is moving out. There it is, there's that Reaper. SCV's dipping in as well. Again, the goal here should be to get behind the mineral line and go for the bunker. We'll see if MindoVK does spot this. We'll see if he can deter this as well. SCV does arrive. We're going for the mineral line. We're going to the bunker. Yeah, the bunker is placed, and the Reaper is on the way. Do you have a pylon being thrown down? Zelda is being prioritized here by MiddleVK. It's coming. Zelda's on the way. We send down the second probe to focus on the SCV. And so far, the SCV is taking a bit of damage, taking a couple of hits. The Reaper has arrived. The bunker is almost done. Oh my god, barely getting over to the other side. Oh, the SCV! Oh, it is going to go down. Massive pickoff. We deny the SCV. We deny the bunker. MiddleVK is holding, but he will lose a probe. One probe goes... Oh, he wants a second. Oh, he wants it. He gets it. Second probe does fall as well. But it looks like the Reaper is not going to be shot down. Very clutch KDA charge there by Nickrack. He will get away. Back at home, factory is being thrown down, and we are expanding. Again, this was not an all-in. This is just an aggressive start for the Terran to just wreak havoc and to try to get some economic damage. I mean, hey, he gets 2 probes. Not bad. 2 probes go down. Nickrack still being active, and back at home is getting into his 1-1-1. Okay. With this, we can work towards drop play. We can head into a Banshee-based opener as well. Nickrack has options. Nickrack does have options. Meanwhile, when it comes to our openers of choice, when it comes to our tech, it's going to be a Twilight Council from MiddleVK. Should be for Blink. It's going to be a Blink-based opener here from our Blue Protoss player. We'll see how hard we commit, how many gateways get thrown down. It could be 2-gate Blink, 3 gates, or even 4 gateways. Each form more aggressive than the other. Instead, the shield battery is not done. Uh-oh. Shield battery is not done. We get the lockup. We get 1 Stalker kill. But we shouldn't get the other. So not a bad trade. That was basically trading out 2 Reapers for 1 Stalker. Reapers, they lose value over time. So we do want to get rid of them as best as possible. As efficiently as possible. So Nickrack, he's pulling back. And we spoke about what the opener could be with that 1-1-1. And it is going to be the Banshee opener here. The Banshee follow-up from Nickrack. Now, Banshees, they have been quite trendy this year. I say this year. The past 6 months. 6 to 5, around 5 to 6 months. This has been quite trendy. Basically, post-Katowice. Post-I Am Katowice. These Hoke Banshee builds in this match have been very trendy. And we're getting ready for a Banshee tank push. MiddleVK hopefully has detection. The Robo's on the way. Ooh, but Middle's expanding. I'm gonna be getting concerned here. We are expanding. We are taking the 3rd base. It is going to be a greedy build here out of MiddleVK, going for 2-gate Blink into a 3rd. This means that Nickrack, this move out is going to hit like a truck. We're going to have a lot of tanks. We're going to have a lot of Banshees. We're going to have a lot of Marines. A lot of firepower in this push. And the goal is to break down the 3rd and maybe even end the game. So Nickrack is building up. First Banshee's moving out. Cloak is done in 10 seconds. And the main base, thankfully, has a shield battery. Yeah, we have a shield battery in both mineral lines. This has been the adaptation of the of the meta of TVP. Because Banshees are so common, we have shield batteries ready. 1 probe still does go down. Just the 1. Now, what's important here is that the Banshee survives, and it isn't just about getting economic damage. The Banshee can join the main army as well. It can add quite a bit of DPS to this move out. As the second Banshee has arrived. Going to be coming together. And they can hit the 3rd. Oh, you can hear the... Let's go. The fins? The rotors? You know what I mean. The propellers, that's it. I was like, I knew there's a word. You can hear the propellers going as we do get 4 probe kills already. We deny the shield battery. Yeah, Observer's having a hard time keeping up. No detection yet. The Observer's at the natural. Oh! And we can focus on one of those Banshees. But alas, it will survive. Oh, it will not survive. Yeah, the Banshee goes down. We get 1. We're going to get 2. Big overextension by Nickrack. Again, he did a good amount of damage initially, getting 4 probe kills, but losing both Banshees was not worth it. And now here comes the move out. So we could have had 1 or 2 Banshees with this. Regardless, it's still going to hit quite hard. Stim is done. We have 3 tanks. We have 2 medevacs even. Minovike will run into the army. Does confirm. Yes, slow this down. Ooh, please out a Stalker. Not the best trade. 1 Stalker does fall. We have a Colossus lying in wait. We have an overcharge as well. But the goal is to try to wedge ourselves in between the natural and the third and to force the Colossus out of range of the shield battery. Boys are not being pulled, but still a massive army here for Nicaract. He's going in. The tank siege. Big tank bully's going up. The Colossus is exposed. We get 1. We get 1 Colossus kill already. We have 1 left. Yeah, massive pick off here for Nicaract. 1 Colossus does remain, and we're going for the Colossus. We focus it down. We'll survive. Will barely survive. Oh, the Stalkers. This is no man's land. We cannot cross this. Not with 4 tanks. As reinforcements are arriving. We do need to slowly push forward with those tanks, but instead we just go straight for the natural. Yeah, keep dragging the army out of position. Well, the Zealots 2 tank some Colossus shots. 1 tank goes down. We're going for the dive, but we cannot dive in. Minovike is holding. Minovike is barely holding on, but here we go. The tanks are slowly advancing. Getting within range. Charge is done. Oh, the tank is so exposed. Once again, we lose another, and it's just too much. GG gets called, and Nicaract will take game number 1. GG. Nicaract will take the first game. And again, just a really powerful start for Nicaract. He was in the driver's seat for almost the entire time. Did bleed out those Banshees a little bit early, a little bit prematurely. But outside of that, his move out and his overall playstyle was just solid. Minovike was, again, being a little bit too greedy. That's why he was lacking an army, is because he did prioritize his 3rd base. And unfortunately, his first Colossus got caught out as well. Just a really rough start of the defense there from Minovike. And Nicaract was very quick to punish. Very quick to punish. And now we're getting ready for game number 2. Jumping into the second game. And we're going to be loading into Oceanborn. Let's go. Alright, loading in. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our red Terran player who does have a lead in the series 1-0. Bearing in mind this is a best of 5, not a best of 3, so plenty more games ahead of us. Plenty more games to come. Representing the Platinum Heroes, it is Nicaract. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player representing Psystorm Gaming down to the series, but again, I want to believe we can fight back. I want to believe we can have a back and forth. It is Minovike. Here we go. We are going to be settling in. This time, Nicaract throwing down his racks back at home. It's not going to be proxied across the map. This time we're calming down. After a very intense start to the series, we will be going for a much more standard opener. Perp Scout moving out, and Middle will confirm that everything is on the up and up. That everything is looking as it should. At least that is the hope. It's going to be the hope, as we do see Nicaract looking to expand. So it is going to be an economic opener here. Single gas geyser for Nicaract going for the rack to expand on the low ground. So we're calming things down quite a bit. Quite a bit here. Meanwhile, you see Minovike likewise gate expand. Gate Cybercore into the Nexus. Standard opener out of Minovike. Now, because of Nickrek's more economic start, this does mean that we will most likely be embracing the mid game here. We can just ease our way in. Middle shouldn't have too much issue expanding and taking a third and holding onto it. But we'll see where Nickrek takes us, as that is a second Rax. Uh-oh. That is not just a second Rax. Show us the third Rax. Show us the third Rax, Pappy. It's going to be thrown down. Huh. And there it is. It's going to be a 3 Rax follow-up. So, economic start, true. Going for the Rax expand, followed by 3 Raxes. This is going to be a stim timing. This is going to be a massive bio ball, a bio push here with Marines, with maybe some Marauders as well. And more importantly, with stim. Now, typically, this does move out across the map without medevacs. This is before the factory, before the starport. Just a mass amount of Marine Marauder moving out across the map. And it can catch Middle VK off guard if he's too greedy. If he cuts too many corners and if he doesn't scout, then the game could just end. What I'm referring to with a blink-based opener, which is what we're going for the Twilight Council, we do need to be active and we need to get a read on what's going on and scout the move out. We need to confirm when Nickrek moves out across the map and chip away at the army and ideally force a stim. Ideally force a stim out of Nickrek. We'll see if we can. Ooh, this is a different variation though. We're rushing into +1 attack. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, +1 attack on the way. Adept tries to shade in. Adept is denied. He's denied the scout. And back at home, it looks like it's going to be once again a 2-gate blink opener from Middle VK into a third. This is ideal for Nickrek. Oh, never mind. That is a third gateway. Okay, 3-gate blink. Much safer play out of Middle VK. Much safer. Basically, what's happening is Middle VK, he's delaying his expansion in favor of extra stalkers. So extra stalkers are on the way for Mindle. Mindle hasn't scouted. He doesn't really know what's going on, but he's playing safe nonetheless, which I appreciate. Shuts down the Reaper. From here, this is where we should be expanding. There we go. Nexus is now on the horizon. But this is merely the first step. Scan reveals that it is going to be Blink, not a Stargate opener. The Blink is on the way. Third base now being taken. Now, sure, we have extra stalkers, that is true, but we need to be active. We need to move out across the map and slow down the push. As Nickrek is building up. Again, that's a heavy Marauder-based army. The reason why we're making so many Marauders is because Nickrek is aware of the Blink Stalkers. If it was Phoenixes, if it was a Stargate opener, we'd have less Marauders and more Marines. But here against Blink Stalkers, Marauders, they shut them down. And we're moving out. We have +1, we have Stim, we have Combat Shields, all finishing up. And we catch out the Stalkers. Here we get one. Big pick-off. One Stalker goes down. Ooh, we do go for the Stim. We get a second Stalker. Can we get a third? Ooh, barely not. But that was a big Stim from Nickrek. Was it worth it? Remember, he has no medevacs, he has no sustain. Every Stim does hurt him, does kill him. He's going for the Nexus. He's going for the third base. Gets a Stalker. And will get the expansion. Does force a cancel. So far, so good. Alas, he won't be able to keep pushing. He won't be able to break the natural. From here, Nickrek backs off. And Nickrek should be expanding. Starport is on the way. That's going to be for medevac production. We have the reactor on the factory. That's going to be for the add-on swap to get into reactor medevacs. Oh. As Nickrek does hold his own. So just really careful, really patient play out of Nickrek, as he's only lost 3 Marines. A lesser player may have just tried to break the natural then and there, but Nickrek is playing it out, again, just a little bit safer. A little bit more methodical out of our Terran player. Doesn't want to throw away his lead. I blame him. And he will pull away. There's that third command center, so it's not going to be a 2-base all-in. We have seen, like, follow-ups here where we pull the boys and we just go all-in. I wouldn't be opposed to that. You can see here that we still have our first Colossus just now popping out, so pulling the boys could be quite effective, but as we can see, Nickrek is expanding. He's not going to risk it. He's not going to risk it with an all-in. He is taking a third. And the other scary thing about this kind of game state is that Nickrek, he preserved so many of his units that even though he's not all in, he can get damage done once again. This is a terrifying army. He's got Stim, Combat Shields, Concussive Shell. He's got 1/1 upgrades. And if MinoVK not paying attention, we can dive on top of that Colossus. Oh. Nickrat, he does spot it. He sims in. He wants it. He wants a Colossus, and he is not going to get it. But he does get the sentries. Sentries go down. Colossus as well. The overcharge does nothing, and it looks like it's going to be here. Here and now. The game may just end. We have another stim. The Colossus is being targeted, and it will barely survive. But already so much damage. He goes for another stim. He wants it, and he's going to get it. Oh my god, one more shot. Oh, he gets it. The final Colossus does fall. It does cost us a lot of supply, but that was so worth it. That was 2 Colossus. That was most of the main army. Reinforcements being sent across the map. The backbone of MinoVK has been broken. And now we're going for the third. Do we have charge? We do. Thankfully, we have charge lots. We can buy some time. But Nickrat, he knows he is so close to just ending the game. So close to breaking MinoVK. Catching more Stalkers. Another Colossus has arrived. We have to respect it. We have to back up. Nice spread here from Nickrat. Oh, taking down even more Stalkers. These are brutal trades. At least Middle holds on to his third, but Nickrat, he has a third of his own. Nickrat does have an economic lead. Typically, you'd want the Kronos player to be upper base compared to the Terran, just because of mules. But alas, the 4th base is so late for MinoVK. Nickrat has a massive economic lead, and he's going to keep pushing. Shuts down the pylon. Scans, gets an eye on the army, sees 2 Colossus, and doesn't want to tango with that. But honestly, we can just expand. We can just take a 4th base, tech up. Nickrat has a lot of freedom. And he's getting into Viking production. Ghost Academy's on the way for Ghost as well. And can MinoVK hold on to that 4th? That's the question. Now, the scary thing here, if Nickrat knocks down the 4th base, is that MinoVK can't really fight to save it. If he does, he's going to be out of range of the overcharge. He's going to be out of range of the shield battery. Yeah, we have to cancel. There's no saving the space. There's no expanding at all for MinoVK. He is stuck and contained on 3 bases. A cheeky Zealot run by. We'll get some SCVs, not bad. And that does force a big reaction out of Nickrat. Brings everything back home. Shuts down the Zealots. That does give an opening for MinoVK to expand and take a 4th base. Does go for the Nexus. But it's still a very late 4th. Meanwhile, in the main base, 2nd Robo. Oh, never mind. I was going to say 2nd Robo on the way, and it is on the way. Just making sure we don't disrupt the SimCity here. The party. We're getting into disruptors. Now, even though Nickrat is miles ahead, like you can see here in the supply, the soup here, this time it doesn't lie. Like Nickrat, he's almost maxed. Despite that, give us 2 or 3 Novas. 2 or 3 juicy connections, and MinoVK can survive and can bring it back. But that's the only chance. That is the only way back in this game, is with some good Novas. Oh, but there's so many Vikings. God, that's 10 Vikings for Nickrat. Ay, ay, ay. The Concave in favor of the Terran, and we're going for the Colossus. And there's really not much to stop Nickrat. Going for the 4th instead. Forcing a cancel. Disruptor has arrived, never goes off. Forces a stim. At the same time, Zealot Rabbi runs into reinforcements. Nickrat was in position. Nickrat is maxed out. Again, we need just the perfect Novas. Can we pull it off? Yeah, massive EMP. Colossus are going down one after the other. The Vikings, they reign supreme in the sky, and there's just not enough on the ground. The one disruptor was not good enough. GG gets called, and Nickrat takes a 2-0 lead. GG. GG, well played. Nickrat will take a lead and is 1 game away from becoming our champion. We are 1 game away. Before Nickrat is sparkling. Let's go. MinoVK, the pressure's on. The pressure is on. Again, Nickrat has been so aggressive, so assertive this entire series, game after game after game. In different ways, to be fair. And Mindle's just been struggling here to keep up with the aggressive nature of Nicaract. Has been struggling. And we'll see if he can bring it back. I want to believe we can have a back and forth and get a game 4, maybe even a game 5. We'll see. We shall see. You can hear the beeps. We're loading into game 3, potentially the final game of the tournament. I hope it isn't, but things are looking bleak now for Mindle, for our Protoss player. We'll see if he can bring it back. See if he can bring it back. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amphion, we have our Red Terran player. He has been on fire here this tournament, not just this series, but even earlier against Eva. Even earlier than that, I mean, throughout the entire event, has yet to drop a map, has yet to drop anything here. He's all over the place. I mean, he's been dropping on his opponents. It is, for the Platinum Heroes, Nicaract. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player. He had an amazing run making it this far. He was able to bring down Geralt. Geralt was the favored player, even over Nicaract, but MindoVK said no in the PvP. But here in the finals, he's struggling. He needs your help. He needs your support in the chat to bring it all the way back for Sidestorm Gaming. It is MindoVK. Here we go. We're going for a proxy. It's time to turn the tables. We've had enough defending. It's time to offend. Let's go. It's time to be the offender here as we have the pylon being set up and we have soon to be gateways on the way. Meanwhile, back at home, Nicaract going for a double gas opener. Bear that in mind. For the first time this series, double gas into a faster factory, into a delayed CC on the low ground. So a bit of a more tech-heavy, aggressive start out of Nicaract. This can lead into Reaper Hellion, can lead into Widowmine drops, into Cyclone drops as well. We have options. We do have options. Go. As there's that gateway on the way, it's going to be one gate at home and one gateway across the map. It looks like we are waiting for the Cyber Core. Usually we would go for a Zealot first, followed by an Adept, but here it's going to be a bit of a different variation from MindoVK. Likewise, Nicaract does not SCV Scout. No SCV Scout here out of Nicaract. Stalkers are on the way. They're being chronoed as we speak. Nicaract going to be relying upon his Reaper Scouts. Moving out across the map. Dipping into the main. Does dip in. Is going to get a probe kill. Not bad. We got one worker so far. And we avoid that Stalker. Reaper backs up. We have a Stalker across the map. Another Stalker soon to be on the way. And we'll see if we can actually get some damage done here. We're trying to knock down that front door. SCVs are being pulled. They can be targeted as well. Oh, so far so good. We pull away the weakened SCVs. And we're just buying time for the Marines and for the Cyclone. Yeah, Widowmine's in position. We even call down supply in the face of Mindle. No fear. He's like, man, you're not going to kill this depot. It's not going to happen. Get out of here. Meanwhile, the base is now being taken, a very delayed expansion for MindoVK. Reaper dips in, disrupting the mining, not really getting much done. But yeah, we're not committing too hard. I mean, we're up to 4 Stalkers. Probe has arrived. And we're here to bait out that mine shot. Do we unburrow? Oh! Ooh, we did not unburrow in time. Widowmine is going to be focused down. Yeah, Widowmine does fall. But we get the lock on, and oh, we do not get the Stalker, just barely. Remember, Blink is not done. But we get another lock on. Boys are being pulled. The Stalkers are getting very low. We have to get the hell out of here. Mindle will back off. At the same time, Reaper dips back in. Disrupting more mining. Like, that was okay damage out of MindoVK, but still not ideal. still did one more, as now Nickrack can expand. He's getting into his factory, getting into his Viking. Will be able to break out. And Middle's base is just now finishing up. Aye, aye, aye. Interesting mining. Very interesting. I guess as efficient as possible on one base. Yo, we're going for some Viking harass. Nickrack should soon be expanding. Maybe waiting for the mule to run out. Not wasting any resources. Viking dips in. You can see Middle VK in position to delay the expansion for as long as possible. We do get 2 probe kills. 3 probe kills, not bad. 4 probe kills even. Can we get 5? Not quite. 4 probes, not bad. Yeah, here we go. Now it's time to expand. It's time to break out. But can we? Remember, we don't have stim. That's a lot of stalkers. Stalkers are spotted. Boys are being pulled. And we will be able to force this back. Okay, the tank is on the way, and we're trying to take control of the high ground. We do get 1 stalker kill for 3 SCVs. And we will defend. Ooh, we punish the stalkers as well. GG gets called. We bleed out too many stalkers, and Middle VK, he will tap out. Just not enough damage with the initial build. Likewise, didn't take any economic advantage either. GG, Nickrack will be this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG, well played. Again, Middle VK, he delayed his base for so long. He committed quite hard to the proxy, but he did not do enough damage. He also lost so many stalkers there towards the end, just bleeding out too much, which would mean that we're vulnerable to a counterattack. So Middle VK just, yeah, he didn't get the lead that he was hoping for, and just like that, GG, congratulations. Congratulations here to Nickrack for claiming, is this his first win? I'm gonna have to double check, actually. Let's find out. GG, well played. Let's find out here. Quickly checking the Wikipedia page. Nickrack, has he won a tournament before? A Sparkling Tuna Cup, I mean. I know he's made it to the finals. Quickly checking. Okay. So Nickrack, he has 2 wins. He has 2 Sparkling Tuna Cups under his belt. He has 1 in 2022, and he has 1 in 2023. This is his first win of 2024. Fun fact. Okay, this is it. This is a fun fact. This is interesting. Let's switch our scenes over here. This is a historic moment. Historic moment here. This is a historic moment. I just let him know. This isn't just Nickrack's first win of Sparkling Tuna Cup this year. This is the first win of Terran. Oh my god, he's crazy, Pop. He's crazy. Let's go. Give me a moment to set up. And we can all have a look together here. Bam. Okay, 2024. Just clearing up this frame and clearing up the bracket here. Okay, from the top. There's a reason why we call this the Sparkling Protoss Cup, because it's dominated by Protoss. You know, here this year we have Art, we have Geralt, we have Nice, Geralt, we have Christiana for a lot of weeks, we have Nightmare. We had our first Zerg win a couple of weeks ago at the beginning of June. We had Young Yakov. Young Yakov was our first Zerg champion, and followed by back to Protoss, obviously. We had a Zerg champion 2 weeks ago in 58. And here in 61, we'll have to double check last week's winner. What was last week's winner? Art, yeah, Art. This does have to be updated. But yeah, no Terrans. We've had 2 Zerg players, Young Yakov and Nikic, become champions, and Nickrack, he's our first Terran champion of 2024. GG. Congratulations, Nickrack. Is this a sign? Is this a sign of things to come? You know, EWC. It's coming up, the Esports World Cup, it's on the horizon. Is this a bit of a tell of how Terran will perform Or is this, you know, just because everyone's focusing on, you know, the other big events? And we're missing some of our regulars here as well. Like, there's no Nightmare this week. There's no Cristiano this week. Geralt went down in the PvP. But regardless, big win there for Nick Rat. Congratulations. Congratulations for winning his first STC of the year. And yeah, really well done. Really well done. With that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. It was a bit of a shorter broadcast today. A little bit shorter, only 3 hours. If we had WTL, we could just jump right in. But there is no World Team League this week. There is no World Team League. We do have a bit of a break. World Team League is coming back after Esports World Cup. It's going to be coming back in a couple of weeks with the playoffs of the World Team League. Oh boy. Quickly checking here. Yeah, WTL doesn't come back until the 30th, the end of the month. End of the month is going to be WTL. Likewise, this week is going to be a little bit lighter when it comes to broadcasts, kind of. So tomorrow we're going to be coming back with ESL Open Cup Asia. So we have ESL Asia tomorrow. We have ESL Americas the day after. We have OC King of the Hill. I say right after the evening of the 13th. So Tuesday we have 2 casts. Monday we have 1. And on Wednesday, we have Code for Giants Cup. So, yeah, we do have regular broadcasting schedule up ahead of us. But Wednesday for Code for Giants Cup, that's going to be kind of the last cast we have for a week because of Esports World Cup. We don't want to clash. We're going to be holding off on Sparkling Tuna Cup next week because of EWC. We don't want to clash with the Esports World Cup. We want everyone to focus on it. We want everyone to watch, to tune in, and to have a good time. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the Esports World Cup that's on the horizon. Likewise, I did promise the Pondcast last week. I apologize, we weren't able to get everything ready for the Pondcast. And our schedule is really tight before EWC. I did want to have a Pondcast leading into the Esports World Cup. We might be able to pull that off on Wednesday. It's a big maybe. We might be able to do it on Wednesday before EWC. We'll do our best. If we're ready for it, then we'll host a bit of a show, a bit of a talk show before the Esports World Cup as a bit of a pre-show to, you know, to go over all the matches, to go over the players, to go over our expectations of the event and what's to come and who to keep an eye on. We'll have a bit of a talk show before Esports World Cup, and then we'll be on a bit of a break here, at least on this channel. I'll be live on my personal channel. I'll be streaming over on light_VIP. I'm going to be laddering. I'll do my best to ladder. Yeah. Do my best to ladder and to stream. My internet has been very unstable as of late. So thankfully, it didn't drop here during this cast, but it has been very unstable. So because of that, my streams have been very smudged. I've been very sad. It's like, I just want to play some StarCraft and I can't. It feels bad, man. But I'm gonna call up my ISP tomorrow, and hopefully the issues can be resolved. Hopefully, just because of how unstable my internet has been. But yeah, with that, our next cast is tomorrow, ESL Open Cup Asia. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be in less than 24 hours. Otherwise, we're done. Otherwise, we are wrapping up here for the night. Gonna be wrapping up, just catching up in the chat. When did Nickrat pop off? He's a different breed, Papi. Yes, said Nickrat. I mean, Nickrat, he has been popping off. He's been improving a lot. He just needs to bring his A game, you know, on the day, and he can look amazing. Like Nickrat, he's a terrifying player. Terrifying. Yeah. But yeah, with that, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support. We'll see you guys tomorrow for ESL Open Cup Asia, and of course the rest of the broadcasts as well. Make sure you mark your calendars for events like Esports World Cup, and stay tuned for the potential Pondcast, so the potential kind of like pre-show for EWC, going over all the matches. We'll try and get it going. We'll try and get it ready. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. We'll find someone to raid who's live at the moment. I know MinoVK is streaming his POV. He's streaming his POV, so we could raid MinoVK. There's also Thriving GG. It looks like Gemini. Sorry, Gemini is actually casting another event. He's covering the All Things Protoss League. The All Things Protoss Star League, so Team League even. So yeah, we'll give him some love. You know, Gemini is a great guy. He does give us support whenever he can as well, so we'll give some love over to Gemini. So give him a chance, give him some support. It's going to be a fun event. He's casting something a little bit more meme-worthy. It's basically non-stop PvP. So if you enjoy PvP, then Gemini is the place to be. Otherwise, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, thanks for watching. All right, if you want to support the event, Patreon. Patreon is the place to do it. Again, the entire Sparkling Tuna Cup is funded via Patreon, and you can help grow it via Patreon as well. We have these different tiers, we have these different levels where we can, or stretch goals even, where we can grow the event and boost the prize pool, pay out more players. It's all there. It's all set up on Patreon. If you can help us grow, we would appreciate it. Otherwise, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow with some more StarCraft. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. See you next time. Hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego.